Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. I know you've already heard the news, and if you haven't, we got breaking news coming out of Miami, straight from Tennessee. The Miami Dolphins just made a trade that is going to go under the radar and is going, in my opinion, I'm gonna give it to you straight up off the rip. In my opinion, is about to be one of the most underrated trades this year. I don't care what happened. This is going to be one of the most underrated trades. I can't even believe they got this done. Oh my gosh, the Miami Dolphins just acquired last year's first round pick, right tackle, Isaiah Wilson, ladies and gentlemen, out of Tennessee. Now, this trade does come with some things that we should be concerned about, but we're going to break all that down on this stream. Before we get started, y'all, make sure y'all hit that like button. Oh man, I got so much stuff to talk about. This is so vast because oh my gosh, this is vast. There's a lot to talk about in this, all right? We're going to break it all down. Shout out to the homie Vic. I see you in the building. Y'all hit that like button. Let's get these likes up before we get started, man. I see all y'all commenting in the comment section, talking about he come with baggage. Who is Brian Flores? Who is Brian Flores? In Flores we trust? Can anybody say that? Can anybody say that? Come on now. We're going to talk about it. We are going to talk about it. We are going to talk about it. Hit that like button. We can't get started until we get these likes up. Fair exchange. I done learned everything I needed to learn about the YouTube algorithm now. Y'all got to help me out. It is a fair exchange. Punch that like button. And if you enjoy the content and you enjoy TDPHINSTALK, the very minimum that you can do, it is not too much for me to ask people to hit the like button. It is not too much for me to ask for people, or the dislike. It's just about interaction. If you hit the like or the dislike, it's beautiful for the algorithm, okay? So for all y'all who hit the dislike to hate, you're actually better off not even hitting anything, because that actually helps even when you hit the dislike button. Elliot Farr with the donation already. He said, I was waiting for the stream as soon as I saw the trade news. You already know what time it is. TDPHINSTALK on top of it first, baby. We bring the news as soon as it happens. Y'all know what time it is. We about to go in, baby. We about to go in, baby, because it's about to go down. Do y'all realize that the Miami Dolphins have just literally, they have potentially found their right tackle? They have potentially found their right tackle. Penei Sewell? Penei Sewell? I don't know anymore, ladies and gentlemen. It just depends on how sold the Miami Dolphins are on Isaiah Wilson. Now, let's break down some of the issues, because we need to talk about what he comes with. And I'm here to tell y'all today, there are some concerns, okay? But overall, when we go through these concerns, we have to keep in mind, in my humble opinion up front, it ain't nothing that can't be fixed. It ain't nothing that can't be fixed. We are about to have the youngest O-line in the NFL with talent. And by the way, did you know that he was teammates with Solomon Kinley? He played with Solomon Kinley. Did y'all know that? Oh yeah, TD got it, baby. TD got it. Shout out to Finsanity 5. Shout out to Finsanity. Did you know that he actually played in college with Solomon Kinley? And they might have an opportunity to get right back together and be on the same side. Kinley's going to get pushed in, and Isaiah Wilson on the outside. Oh, the right side might about to be legit. Give me. Give me, baby. SEC bred Georgia Bulldogs They came from competition. Oh my God, Panay Sewell. What? Panay Sewell. What? You mean to tell me we potentially may have to stop our conversation about Panay Sewell? What? Ooh, this is a loaded one. Oh man, oh yeah, I'm so sorry, y'all. I don't even know why I said that. Thanks for correcting me, ball game. I'm getting ahead of myself. Kinley already plays inside on the left side. We're talking about Robert Hunt moving in and Isaiah Wilson being on the right side. So you have Hunt and Wilson, Jackson and Kinley. And they young rookie deals, and this guy ain't costing much. Now all we got to do is one more piece on the offensive line. What position is that? Come on, Dolphin scholars, put it in the comment section. What's that position we probably going to go after in free agency on that O-line? Do you know what position we getting on the O-line? Maybe in free agency. The center position. Listen, I ain't even trying to start. I am not sitting here trying to start controversy, but I'm gonna keep it 1,000. If we get oh my gosh, if we get a center in free agency, yell at me all you want. Get mad at me all you want. It's starting to feel like Deshaun Watson is even more in play. I'm just saying. They get like this is a bargain piece that they thought that they were going to have to either spend capital on with Moton or one of those other guys. This is a piece that they potentially got a starter if he can stay on the field with his behavior. They got, oh my gosh, man. And then it don't matter if you trade the farm away, you still going to have a few assets left to get even more weapons. I just had to throw that out there real quick just to at least piss a few people off, and then the other people, it's all right, man. I just wanted to throw that out there because it's a possibility. And even if we ain't going to get Watson, this is how you take care of your young quarterback. This is how you take care of your young quarterback. This is how you protect your young quarterback. Now, let's get into some of the issues with Isaiah Wilson, some of the stuff that he went through in Tennessee. We'll break it down now. Let me give you a little backstory real quick. When the Dolphins drafted Wilson with the 29th pick in April, everything was lined up for him to end up being the starter at right tackle, ladies and gentlemen. The Titans allowed Jack Conklin, who we all know, great right tackle. They allowed Conklin to walk away via free agency. And while they resigned Dennis Kelly to a 3-year, $21 million deal, contract extension, the general manager made it clear that there would be competition for the starting right tackle position. This is how much Tennessee wanted to invest on the O-line. They signed a guy at right tackle. They let Conklin walk, and then they signed a guy for 3 years, $21 million, not to take his spot, but to compete for the position. Y'all give me a second. I gotta pull this off. All right. So they brought the guy to basically compete for the position. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. My thing just got messed up here. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. All right, so they had a tackle, but the general manager tweeted back on April 24th of 2020, right before the draft. He said, Isaiah Wilson vying for a starting role. He'll compete at right tackle and plug in there. Him and Dennis Kelly will battle that out. And all signs were leading to him being the starter. He was supposed to be the starting right tackle for Tennessee. Everybody, honestly, a lot of people already had made the conclusion that he would win the job. He was a first-round pick, number 29 overall, a stud at Georgia. He was a really good player, y'all. Really good. I actually had him on my board last year. Last year was the first time I actually had a board. I had him on my board as an opportunity, if he failed, to get with the second-round pick. The second round, our first pick in the second round, but Tennessee ended up taking him at 29 to protect their new asset because they were giving Tannehill that bag. Now, here's how his career has gone so far, okay? Now, y'all follow me on this because there's a lot of little nicks and knacks, all right? A whole lot of troubling events took place for Wilson. He was placed on reserve COVID-19 list in late July, but was removed shortly thereafter and signed his rookie contract in early August. Later that month, he was seen at an off-campus event at nearby Tennessee State University and was even caught trying to flee over a second-story balcony. So what happened was they were on campus, camp and all of that, and basically he snuck out. He snuck out to go to a party. He wanted to enjoy himself. COVID had everybody going crazy. He snuck out at a party. Once he was spotted, he tried to get away and jump off of the second floor balcony, ladies and gentlemen. And obviously this was a violation of the Tennessee Titans no visitor policy and the NFL restriction on being at gatherings of 15 people or more. So his first trouble was breaking the rules of COVID, okay? Is that an issue on the field, ladies and gentlemen? Yes or no in the comment section as I sip on this. Got this H2O running. Is that an issue on the field? Let me know in the comment section. Yes or no? Because what I'm looking for, I don't know why people are saying yes. That's an issue on the field. That's an off the field issue. That has nothing to do with his playing skills, ladies and gentlemen. That has nothing to do with him having the ability to hold a block. That has nothing to do with that. We're talking about, is that an on-field issue? No, that's off the field. That's him getting tired of being stuck in quarantine, and he out there trying to chase something. I don't know what it is. I'll let y'all speculate, but he out there doing his thing, okay? That has to be dialed in. That is a red flag, though, ladies and gentlemen, okay? All right, so let's move right along. He then was placed on the reserve COVID-19 list for a second time on September 7th. The worst of his troubles would come a mere 5 days later. On the morning of September 12th, Wilson was arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol. He reportedly blew a .107 and a .113 when breathalyzed. The legal limit in the state of Tennessee is .08 and was witnessed doing donuts in an intersection. He's out there drinking and joyriding. Dangerous. Bad character concerns right there. Okay? This was a heck of an offseason. Not even an offseason. You just got drafted to the NFL. You came in, couldn't take the COVID rules, had to go out there and search for whatever you were searching for. You had to sneak out and go do your thing. That's beyond forgivable, right? Then you're drunk driving. You're under the influence of alcohol and driving. That's a red flag, ladies and gentlemen. Luckily, man, it is a blessing that it didn't turn into an accident where someone got hurt, and it impacted his life and others around him. He was at an intersection doing donut, having a heck of a time, and the police saw him, pulled him over. You're under the influence. Got caught. There's been a lot of people driving under the influence. And a lot of people who haven't got caught and a lot of people who have gotten caught. He got caught. And it ain't good to do either way. You don't live your life trying not to get caught doing it. You just don't do it. Okay? That pretty much got him benched, ladies and gentlemen. That got him a red flag in Tennessee, and he got pretty much in trouble. Okay? Let's see from there. He got his first action on Sunday in a victory over the Colts. So whenever they played the Colts, I think which was around November 29th, if I'm not mistaken. November 29th. Just say December 1st, okay? He basically was in trouble the whole time. The team was already upset. He had already broke rules. They're not going to let a rookie come in and start over a guy they already paid 3 years, $21 million to. They have to set a precedent in that organization, and they have to make a point. They would not. It ain't no way they were going to let him start coming into this league, making a mistake by sneaking out, breaking protocol, you automatically are in trouble with the organization. And now you have this hanging over your head. That was a wrap. That was a wrap. Like if you think about it, they sat him from there. You know, guys, it was September 15th when this happened, when he got the DUI. And literally 2.5 months later, basically he was in trouble with his team for 10 weeks, pretty much. That's what it boils down to. 10, 11 weeks he was in trouble with the team. And they say, and they suspended all that stuff. They finally gave him his first action in December, and it wasn't nothing but a field goal attempt. They put him out there on a field goal attempt. So he barely even got an opportunity to play. That's the issue. Other than that, Cutting Wilson, let me see. Other than that, that was it. It was just a case of Tennessee not liking him anymore. And then he came out, if I'm not mistaken, recently, and he was like, I am done in Tennessee. He came out mad. He was upset. I remember seeing the tweet. I didn't even think twice about it, honestly. I just thought, oh, he could be an option, but I'll leave it alone right now. I don't think that'll happen. That's just a little upsetness. He on a rookie deal. Why would they let him go for that kind of money? But I honestly didn't even know it went this deep. But he tweeted, basically said, I'm done in Tennessee. Excuse me. He tweeted that before any of this happened. So the Tennessee Titans had to trade him. They've been trying to find a trade. They couldn't get one. But the Miami Dolphins swooped in, and we lost nothing. All we did is swap 7th rounders. All we did is swap 7th rounders, ladies and gentlemen. They lost in the first round of the playoffs. Do you see what I'm saying? They lost in the first round of the playoffs. That means the swap wasn't even far apart. I mean, it was probably like 4 picks apart or something in the 7th round. We swapped 7-round picks, and we got a first-round talent. Why? Because the Tennessee Titans, and rightfully so, they have to make a statement within the organization and basically say your time in Tennessee is no more. And on top of that, I think that it could have been salvaged, but he came out himself in a tweet and said, I am done it with Tennessee. He basically was mad at them and said, I'm done with them, and basically wanted to move on. So we just got a first-round right tackle who was a stud at Georgia, great talent, just all these off-the-field issues. Now here's the question. Do you think we can fix this issue off the field? Do you think that our front office and Brian Flores and this young man's situation of going through all this drama, do you think we can fix this? Do you think we could turn this guy into our starter? The talent's there, but don't forget, he did sit an entire year. He has to get in the flow of things. I could see him being a legit stud in this league, but struggling for about 6 to 8 games to start his career, or not even starting right away because of that. Sat a whole year, had a lot of anxiety and issues going on. Will he get his act together, or will he become Mark Walton? But Mark Walton had a whole lot more issues. Running from police, doing all that stuff, and these aren't, combative situations. These are more so just youthful ignorance and bad behavior. And this is where Flores' job is to turn grown men, away from their adolescence. Because if you do get him to focus on football and not off the field, you potentially have a starter on the right side of the offensive line for 3 more years under contract, 4 because he would be a 5th-year option guy because he's a he was a first rounder for free. For free, ladies and gentlemen. For free. 22 years old. You virtually got him for free. If you can get him to focus on football and not drama, you got a potential starting right tackle for free. Kenley, Wilson, Hunt, Jackson. Young O-line that's growing together and getting good. Oh my gosh, we just say, do y'all realize what it would have cost us to get a right tackle in the draft? Do you realize what it would have cost us to get a right tackle at number 3? The man is 6'6", 350 pounds. Framed. Woo-hoo! Man, can we make this work? Can we keep him focused not to destroy his future? Can we get him to focus so he doesn't destroy his future? Come on, man. We need you, Isaiah Wilson. You're a Dolphin now. Let's do it, man. Let's focus on football, be great, and let the fan base rally behind you and love you if you perform. If you perform. Let's go. This is a huge opportunity, y'all. This is an opportunity to not have to put that much more into the draft or free agency. This is a money saver. This is a power move by Chris Grier. And if we can make this work, man, wow, we got 600 people watching right now, 606 people watching right now. Please hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. It's about the interaction. Let's get those likes over 400. We're at 295. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Show your love and support. If you like what the Dolphins doing and you like that I'm reporting it, hit that like button right now. Let's show some love, y'all. It's about interaction. Shake the cups if you're at home. This is H2O, but shake the cups. Let's go. There you go. We got 340 likes. We can get 400. We got 352. There you go. Hit that like button. Show your love and support. And you can hit the dislike too if you don't like me. That's fine. It's about interaction. Punch the button, ladies and gentlemen. 355. Let's get it up. There you go. 360. Keep hitting that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Move the chat, hit the like, and bring it back. You do it once and you're done for the night. Because this is exciting. I'm about to bring some of y'all on and tell me what y'all think about it. Ooh. Shout out to Luis with the donation, said fins up. We all the way up. This is going to be one of the most underrated moves in the offseason. Do y'all understand what we just did? Come on, man. We need 14 more likes. We got it up to 389. We need 11 more. Hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen, so we can move on with this great content. Come on now. Hit that like button. This is going to be the most underrated move in the offseason. This is the real deal, y'all. Do y'all realize what Chris Grier just did? One more like. There we go. We got over 400 likes. We got to have over 50%. Well, I like to say 70% engagement at all times. Come on, y'all. Hit that like button when you get a chance, all right? Tobin, shout out for being 400th on the like. Could be. Underrated move. Yes. Because what people are going to say, oh, the Dolphins just got a player, but he ain't nothing but drama. Yeah, you say that until he's balling and not allowing sacks, and he's actually a good run blocker. You saying that until he's doing his job, and it's only for less than $2 million a year. You're saying that until we ain't in cap hell like everybody else. Let me put it like this, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all remember what I told y'all about the Patriots for the last 9 years? 8 years, excuse me. I did my research going all the way back to 2014. I don't know about last year. I didn't really check last year. But the Patriots spent less than $24 million on their entire O-line, including backups. And that's why another reason why they are able to become a dynasty. Tom Brady winning all those Super Bowls, they were not spending big money on the offensive trenches. So now you got an Austin Jackson who's not making as much money as you think. He's a first-round pick, but if I'm not mistaken, his money's somewhere around $4 million, $3 million or something like that a year. If Tua was at $8 million a year, Austin was around about 4 to 5. I got to go look it up. Solomon Kinley, Robert Hunt, those guys are making pennies. And now you got another first rounder making less than $2 million. Like literally right now, those 4 guys are probably, if I was to guess, they're costing us $10 million. 4 guys who can be studs on the O-line are costing us $10 million. And now we got to go find our center. Now we got to go find our future center. Will we do it at 18? Will we do it at 36? Will we do it in free agency? Since we just saved a lot of money and they definitely wanted to address that position, let's get that straight, ladies and gentlemen. The Miami Dolphins may have saved money. And that's not to say they still won't go get a right tackle just in case. But now their priority may actually be in the 2nd, 3rd round or something. Shout out to everybody dropping donations right now. I appreciate the love and support. Nelson said, Wilson and Flores from Brooklyn and went to the same high school. Flores is going to mentor him. We are going to be good. I agree. I was going to bring that up that they did go to the same school, not together, obviously, but they did go to the same school. And this is an opportunity for Flores to grab that young man and let him be great and teach him how to be a professional. That's all we need. T. Rich said, do Dolphins still draft Penei Sewell at 3? Keep up the good content. Man, that's a good question. And G Firm with the donation behind you with the same question, does this mean no Sewell at 3? Listen, y'all. Sewell is a generational talent, and you want him. I'm not going to sit here and just exit the realm of possibility that we'll go ahead and get Sewell at 3, because that still could be in the works. You know, because when you're getting such a value on this player, you know, Tennessee's still dealing with the dead cap. He's costing us pennies, y'all. So when you're dealing with the situation like this, he could become the starter, but at the same token, we still may want to go get Sewell and say we got one of the best backup right tackles in the NFL. We still might go get Penei Sewell and say we got one of the best backups. Now we're working on depth. Why not? So that's not exit out. But depending on how much they believe in Wilson will depend on, do we go get Penei Sewell? Because this is a former first-round pick, ladies and gentlemen. This is a former first-round pick. So his value from the outside looking in is still very high because his issues were not on the field. They were off the field. Shout out to Luis with the donation, said Greer committed another robbery. Gotta love him. What can I say, man? What can I say? You're my source, TD. Shout out to the homie Tobin. Appreciate you, man. I'm trying my best, homie. What can I say? Chris Greer is masterful for this stuff, man. This is a masterful move. And now it excites me of what's next. What's next? You know? I love it, man. I remember when the Chargers traded for Trey Turner, and turns out he sucked with the team. Sucked with what team? Are you talking about the Chargers or who they traded with? I agree. Greer making me smile today. This is nice, man. I like that this happened literally 9 days before free agency. Now your plan is potentially like this still opens up the opportunity for us to go in so many different directions. But right now, this is man, it just depends on how much they're in love with them. And I can't tell y'all the answer to that, unfortunately. Y'all, I know about Dak. We're going to talk about Dak later. I got a whole stream to talk about the dawn of the quarterback dilemma is officially upon us. We'll talk about that another time because I'm just so excited about what we just did. It's so underrated. This is a move right now that everybody's going to look at like, oh, that was pretty cool. Hopefully he works out and keep it moving. But I'm here to tell y'all, don't keep it moving. Don't keep it moving. This is nice. This is nice right here. This is a potential opportunity to have a starting right tackle and literally not be in salary cap destruction. See, it's moves like this that make you stop that narrative about if we did trade for Deshaun Watson, how can we afford stuff around him? No, we're literally going to be coming in under 15 million on the old line if this kid works out and we go get a center. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. We're a center away from this old line being rebuilt, number one. And again, let's be quite frank here. Let's be fair. Austin Jackson has to improve this year. I like the starting point. He got a little nicked up and a little banged up, but I like his starting point. He has to improve. I am a true believer in Hunt and Kinley. I think that they did just fine their rookie year, and I believe that they're going to be solid for years to come. And now this kid, Isaiah Wilson, we got to see him on the field. He got to come put some work in on the field because he's a year removed, but we got an asset. We got an asset. He got to come out and prove it at the end of the day. But this ain't no different from the Miami Dolphins this year selecting at number 29, just if we were had the 29th pick, Isaiah Wilson. Got us a right tackle. Let's go. Hopefully he works out. Right? Hopefully he works out. We don't know. But we know his stock coming into this league and his issues were off the field, not on the field. You're going to see. Cruising Run said, TD, my sources tell me that Flores spoke to Wilson's family and asked them to move South Florida, get out of New York and come to sunny Florida. It's your kid's best interest. BK connection is real. Hey, I hope that's the case, bro. I hope your source is spot on because that's some big boy stuff. If Flores did something like that, you contact the family and say, y'all need to move down here and protect yours. You need to move down here and it's best for him. Because a lot of times it is best for a young player like that to have his family around him. Not being a whole new city all by himself in idle mind. It's the devil's playground. Out here just playing. Somebody said that's BS. Even if it is, it was a good thought process. Even if it was a good thought process. It is best for families like that. If a grown man's getting in trouble like that and he's still behaving in his adolescence, his family has to protect him. That's the thing that usually helps a young kid stay grounded, having his family close. TD, I believe this Wilson move spells the cut of Eric Flowers, then still draft offensive tackle Penei Sewell at 3 if they don't make the move for Watson. Listen, it all can still go down, but this just adds to the flexibility of the Miami Dolphins. That's all it does. It adds to our flexibility and all the options that we have and what we can do. Penei Sewell is still on the board, but if we don't get him, I think people are willing to take a chance with Isaiah Wilson and saying, let's see what he becomes first. And if it doesn't work out, 2022, we go get us a right tackle or in free agency. But it just adds to our options. Peekaboo to you. Great comment you just put in the comment section. Low risk, high reward. Spot on. Couldn't have said it better. Low risk. Matter of fact, there is no risk. Let's replace low with no. No risk, high reward. This man is going to cost us pennies. A former first-round pick just last year. We're not talking about a former first-round pick on their third year and they just didn't play well with their team and they need a fresh new start and we'll see if he works out in Miami. We're not talking about Taco Charles. We're not talking – you see what I'm saying, those type of players? We're not talking about that. Taco couldn't beat the people out that was on the team. He didn't get enough playing time because they already had a lot of studs. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a guy who came in 29th overall, was a really good player. And we didn't even give up a 7th round. We just swapped 7th round picks. And if my guess serves me right, it was like a 4-spot difference. 4-spot difference. Come on, man. Somebody said I wouldn't say no risk, low risk. What are we risking? Him being a bum? Bye. No love lost. What did we lose? What did we lose? Yeah, you're no good. Cut him. What did we lose? Tennessee's paying all the dead cap and guarantee money. What did we lose? Let's talk about the high reward. Him being a good starter for Miami. Wow. Him being a first-round pick, so you automatically have a 5th-year option on him. Wow. Him costing pennies right now. Wow. And swapping a 7th-round pick. Y'all got to stop saying a 7th-round pick for him. No, we swapped 7s. We gave them our 7. They gave us ours. It's like a 4-spot position difference. Free. That's what I call free. And you got him for 4 more years if you want because of the 5th-year option because he was a first-round pick. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. If he doesn't work out, who cares? But everything was off the field were issues, not on the field. You just got a number 29th overall first-round pick for the next 4 years. Something that we assumed would have cost us. Think about if we went in free agency and we got a good player at right tackle. We would have been dealing with a 4-year deal worth at a minimum 40 million, 50 million, 10, 12 million a year. Think about if we get him in the draft, number 3 overall, we're talking about 10 million a year. And now whenever you take away the dead cap, he's pretty much going to cost us about $1 million a year. The low end of 1 point something. Let's do it. I like this. But low key, this can change our entire draft strategy. It can change our entire free agent strategy. The issue is I have no idea what our strategy is. I know what I think it should be, but that don't mean that's what it's going to be. When it comes to the strategy, we're all wrong more than we're right. You never know what they have under their sleeves. Did anybody mention this as a possibility in the past? No. I even thought about it when he tweeted a while back. He tweeted, "I'm done in Tennessee. I'm out of here," or whatever. He was like kind of like angry about it. I'm done with this mess. And I read it. I said, right tackle, first round pick. Okay. They having issues. That could be an option, but didn't even think more in depth about it. Just went by my head just like that. But it didn't go by Chris Greer's head. Chris Greer saw that tweet. Hey, Tennessee, what y'all talking about, man? Y'all trying to get rid of him? I'll bring him in, work him out, see if he's worth something. You know, you want to swap 7s? I'll pick up some of that salary for you. Give you a little bit of cap relief, save you about $3, $4, $5 million. Let's see, how much money did Tennessee save by doing this? I have those numbers. It couldn't have been much. Couldn't have been more than $6 million. Let's see. They will, okay. All right, here we go. The only real option for the Titans would have if they were done with him and his shenanigans. That's what this article says. It would save them $2.6 million as long as they do it before June 1st. So the Tennessee Titans pretty much saved $2.6 million. If they would have cut him, they would have had $5.4 million in dead cap, and they would lose an additional $2.8 million. So the best bet was to trade him. And they only saved $2.6 million. But every penny counts for a guy that you don't want anymore. Every penny counts for a guy that you don't want. That 2-point-something million, they need it. They got to fix that O-line, which is that's kind of weird because that's where their issue is. People don't understand. They lost one of their best O-linemen. They lost one because they believed in him and went after him. And then another one retired. And then they had 2 injuries on the O-line this year. Shout out to Andres with the donation, said, a trade like this just makes me think there's no way Greer is packaging the house off to Houston for Watson, TD. You know, you could think that, but a trade like this makes him more comfortable doing it. There's two ways to think of that. And I don't disagree with your logic. It makes sense. He's looking for every bargain that he can. But sometimes you come to a point where you say, I done stole from so many people. It's time to go ahead and get something that I want and overspend for it. You know, when you start becoming filthy rich because you're just stealing from everybody, sometimes you'll overpay for something because it ain't your money to begin with. It ain't your money to begin with. I got Isaiah Wilson, and if he ends up becoming a starter, and he's good, and he's our guy, I basically saved $10 million a year and draft capital. Free money. Let me go spend it somewhere. So, 2 ways to look at it. This can even help in the aspirations of going after Watson, or this is a good move to protect your young quarterback. Either way. Now, I know some of y'all don't want to hear that. I think that the way that I just prefaced it is as fair as I possibly can preface it. Either way, whether we go after Watson or we stick with Tua, it's a win. It's definitely a win. Definitely a win. I love it, y'all. I'm loving it. I'm just loving it. I'm in love right now, man. We making moves. It's stuff like this that gets you excited. All right, we got another donation. Walter Freeland, makes sense to trade down now and take BPA at wide receiver. Listen, that's another. See, that's what I'm talking about. What this does is it amplifies your options now. Now you can go in a whole new direction. Now it's like now remember it again. Do you believe in the kid is what matters with Wilson? This is a move where Tennessee didn't need to lie to Miami just to sell him off because it was like an even swap, a free guy. You can have him almost. Thanks for taking some of the salary off our backs. And he still has to deal with his issues, like if there's going to be legal issues, this and that. He's a young kid. If he doesn't have any priors, anything like that, this shouldn't be anything that's going to cause him to have to, go down a bad road. But this gives us options. And the number 3 overall pick now, if they believe in this kid, you trade number 3 now, y'all. I'm sorry. I wouldn't go get Penei Sewell. If you believe in this kid, I don't get Penei Sewell. I trade the number 3 pick, and I'm trying to get in the top 10, but moving down a little bit. And now I am trying to get one of those receivers. Now I am trying to go ahead and use my other asset at number 18. And if we don't get a center in free agency, I'm getting them in the draft at number 18. And at 36, I'm getting my running back. At 50, I'm trying to get me a true nose tackle, a linebacker, or a safety, or a defensive end. Best one available. Best player available at one of those positions. And we're not even talking about free agency, ladies and gentlemen. Do y'all notice that? We're not even talking free agency. I'm just talking draft. And y'all see that what we did today with Nick Needham. He was technically like an unrestricted free agent technically, but we put the tender on him so he can't go to another team. We own his rights if we want to sign him. It does not mean we guarantee him a contract, but we guarantee that nobody else can mess with him. And it's at the league minimum if we decide to pick him up. So Nick Needham's going to be on this roster for less than $1 million, y'all. For less than $1 million. Gary Williams said, TD, you're jumping the gun once again. Elaborate, bro. How am I jumping the gun? How am I jumping the gun? You got a former first-round pick that didn't have on-the-field issues. It was just off the field. Bring him in, see if it works out, and if it don't, get rid of him. How am I jumping the gun? How am I? It doesn't make sense. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, my gosh, this kid is about to be a Pro Bowler. This kid is going to be the starter. I never said he was going to be the starter. I said he has starter potential, and that's what we're hoping if he works out. If he works out. Some of y'all don't listen to qualifying words. If. You don't listen to those words like if, possibly, maybe, the potential. Some of y'all don't hear those. I say he has potential. TD said that he's the best. Like, how did your brain equate that? Like, literally. If he's the starter, TD said he's going to be the starter. How did your brain equate that? No, I'm serious, y'all. Somebody messaged me the other day, you should watch how you talk to your subscribers. Leave me alone. This is exactly what I be talking about. He could be the starter. TD said he's the starter. No, don't tell me you should watch how you talk to your subscribers. No, I try to get people to listen so I ain't got to go back and forth and waste time and have a smooth, seamless stream. A nice stream that people can listen from start to finish and enjoy. But half the time, in a lot of cases, I got to correct so many people from saying stuff that I ain't never even say. Add one word, taking away one word. Stop. Active listening. If you don't think you heard me clearly, don't say nothing. TD, sometimes it can be kids, young kids with some nonsense. That's what I believe. Oh, you would be so wrong, Pete. You would be so wrong. These be grown people. Hit me up in my inbox. And sometimes, listen, one time I told a guy who hit me up in an email just going off and stuff. I said, you're a grown man with all this time to send me this long message, like literally an email that looked like it was like APA 12 pages. You're a grown man hating on another grown man and what he doing, and you got this much time on your hand to write me a message. I'm a woman, and I'm like, what? Like, come on, man. These be grown people, y'all. I promise y'all. I say, you must be 12 years old. I'm 35. And you got this much time to hate on another man and care about what he doing this much? Like, here's what I don't understand. Like, there's a like this red button on YouTube that says subscribe or unsubscribe. When are people gonna realize I'm gonna do me? That's all I can do. I can do it better than anyone else. So why would I stop? That button is there for your convenience, whichever way you choose. I don't get it. Just stop. We trying to have a good show over here, a nice show, a seamless streaming show. We ain't got time for the drama. So y'all stop. That red button is there for you. You ain't got to tell me you on your way out. Just be on the way out. Man. But anyway, man, like I said, I didn't say this kid is going to be the starter, but this might be the most underrated offseason move. This has the potential to be a huge steal. And if we can get this one to work out, listen, we got him. We got him. We got Tua protection. Like, y'all, let me say y'all another thing. Do you realize offensive lines don't have 5 good offensive? Like, even some of the best offensive lines don't have 5 great offensive linemen. Like, even the best offensive lines got like 3 greats and 2 guys plugged in the right spot where they're not getting killed. It's just good enough. Y'all do realize that, right? Like, I think, man, a lot of Dolphin fans have this thought process that you have to have 5 great offensive linemen at one time. Nobody has like just 5. Like, don't get me wrong, it might be 1 or 2 teams. 1 or 2 teams, you know, that literally got like some studs, but you don't have to have all 5. Like, you just need like 3 and the other 2 really good, decent, holding their own, not being Pro Bowlers, but above average. And I'm telling y'all now, Kenley, Jackson, Hunt, and Wilson has the potential to be our rock going forward. Let's also not forget, all 4 of these guys are going into year 2. And 2 of them will have a 5th-year option. You're talking about young guys growing together? You're talking about young guys growing together? It don't get no better than this. This is what you want. You want a unit that can grow up together. And let me tell you another thing. These guys are going to end up being good. But I'm telling y'all now, none of these guys look like they're going to be all pro. But they look like they're all going to be really good. Do you see what I'm saying? So follow me on this. We have an opportunity. We have a set of guys who have a potential to not be all pro, but really good and hold it down and win Super Bowls and not charge us all pro money. Like, this line may even be able to grow up with us. This O-line has the potential to grow up with us. And that's what I love about it. We're about to have one of the youngest O-lines, and all we can do, cross our fingers and really hope that this kid ends up being a starter. Because it was a foregone conclusion that he would be in Tennessee, but off field got the best of him. All right, shout out to Excite CB with the donation, said trade down to 7 through 9, and Sewell is there, you still bite. Agreed. Which I don't think will happen, but agreed. But there's some crazy things going on in this draft. I think that the Jets are really going to go after a quarterback at number 2 now. They have options. They can go Sewell, but I think they may be going to get their quarterback because they said that they are shopping Darnold. So at 2, they're going to get their quarterback, or unless they trade for Deshaun Watson and they win the sweepstakes. But they're going to be looking for their quarterback. And the number 3 pick, if we trade down, whoever we're trading pick is definitely going to get their quarterback. So Penei Sewell could fall even to 4 or 5 or even 6. But I don't see him falling to 7, 8, or 9. And if somebody did trade, if the Jets did go quarterback early, then ladies and gentlemen, one of those 3 receivers will be available between 7 and 9. It's inevitable. It's that simple. All right. We have our quarterback in Tua. I hope so. I really hope so, man. If we go to Tua route this year, man. Listen, I really hope that he makes some huge strides and, you know, improve off of last year. He doesn't like for all the Tua haters, and a lot of people put me in that category, so whatever. But me talking to the people who really do hate Tua, who have admittedly hated him, let's be fair, because he doesn't need to become elite next year. Honestly, he just needs to improve. The only thing I get real nervous and scared about with going that route is as he's improving, all of this young talent is getting older. And they're coming up to contracts. And as they're coming up to contracts, while he's improving and not getting us to the promised land yet, they're falling to the wayside, whether we lose them or we're overpaying, and that's why the Mahomes, the Josh Allen, the, Russell Wilson when he was young, Deshaun Watson before his new deal. That's why all of these guys, Lamar Jackson, all these young quarterbacks took advantage of the rookie deal and they had phenomenal play right away. And the team was able to capitalize off of putting a lot around them and balling out and making playoff runs. And in Mahomes' case, going to a Super Bowl, going to a championship, going to 2 Super Bowls and a championship round. And you got to take advantage of that opportunity because you don't know when you're going to go back, i.e. Russell Wilson. The Seahawks took advantage of it on his rookie deal. He ain't been back past the first round since he got since 5 years ago after his rookie deal. Ain't been out of the first round since. You don't know when you're going back. So even if we are walking down this trap that everybody else fall into, at least win in the trap. Give me a Super Bowl in the next 2 years, even if we're going to go downhill from there. At least bring me something to hoist, at a minimum. Even if we're going down this path that I feel is disastrous long-term for like teams that are trying to build a dynasty, paying these quarterbacks all this money, at least get me a Super Bowl in that process. And year 1 didn't even look like we were close from the quarterback position, and that's just being fair, whether you like it or not. And year 2, all I ask for Tua to do is improve, but improvement isn't going to be enough. Improvement alone isn't going to be enough. At some point, he's going to have to reach that stride where he's literally balling out and taking us to the dance. And my assessment is he's 2 years from that if everything goes the right way. And I'm not opposed to that. It's just tough because this is a window that does not stay open long. It is a window that does not stay open long. So we'll see. Because listen, y'all, here's another thing that I'm trying to educate y'all on. Here's what I'm trying to educate y'all on. Let's say Tua turns out to be that guy, like literally Mahomes. I mean, I want y'all to follow me on this. He turns out to be Mahomes-like. Austin Jackson ends up holding that position down and being great. Robert Hunt, great. Kinley, great. Wilson, potentially great. You got 4 offensive linemen who are all going to be up for contracts at the same time, and a quarterback who's going to be up for contract. Raekwon Davis going to be up for a contract. See, what we're not realizing is when you have all this draft capital, remember, 4 years from now, they all hit at the same time. And not to mention the year before that. Before you even hit that whole clash, now you got to go back a year before that. And we're talking about Christian Wilkins and all of those guys who are going to be needing their money. So I want y'all to think about that. Last year's draft, It's beautiful now, but this window 4 years from now, technically 3 years from now at this point, 3 years from now, they're all hitting at the same time. And everybody will be worth more money. You're going to have a quarterback potentially going from 8 million to 40. You're going to have offensive linemen going from 1 million to 10 to 8 if you're lucky, to 9 to 15. Because Austin Jackson plays above average. If Tunsil getting 22 at being one of the good ones, one of the great ones, Austin Jackson can be above average and he can get 15 3 years from now. All at once, y'all. All at once. You got to think about that. But let me tell you why you shouldn't worry, though. Because all of them, even if they turned out to be great, will not be on our roster. Because 3 years from now, we will trade half of them for draft capital to keep it. 2 years from now, we'll trade half of them for draft capital and keep it rolling. Just like we did Tunsil. Because this is the era now that you got to stop falling in love with the player and fall in love with the team, because the way that we've been drafting so many people and the way that it's set up, and we're going from all these guys making these pennies to big money, you're going to see us not be able to afford players on the greatest scale in the NFL history. No team will have had to deal with this many former first rounders and second rounders all at the same time up for contracts. This is actually unheard of, ladies and gentlemen. It truly is. See, you may have 1 year where a team has 3 first rounders and they pick them, but we had assets last year, this year, and the way things are forming up, we'll probably have them next year. We don't see it now, but we probably will. Because I literally, I'm willing to bet money that between this year and next year, we'll be moving on from Xavier Howard and getting compensation for him. You give Van Noy all that money, and he still plays good football, but just not great. And you cut him after 1 year. Xavier Howard won't be here. I'm going to go out on a limb right now. Xavier Howard won't be here more than 400 more days. TD, should we draft Patrick Surtain, then trade X for picks or a player? You got to trade X before you draft Surtain. Because first off, you want to make sure you can get the trade done. Second off, you want to have that capital in the draft this year if you can. You want to have that capital on hand. You don't want to use this year's capital to grab somebody who you ain't trade yet, at a position that you didn't trade yet, and just for a future pick. And I would say go ahead and make the trade before you draft. We'll see. Somebody said Zach Wilson and Tua competing for starting position at camp. I hope. I'm just saying it's a possibility. Man, I've been saying that possibility, not Zach Wilson, just a quarterback in general. I've been saying that this stuff is a possibility for months now, bro. But people get mad at me when I say it, so I'm with you. Like, we might look up on draft day and everybody's pulling their hair out because with the number 3 overall pick, the Miami Dolphins select a quarterback. I would be shocked, but I wouldn't be shocked. I would legitimately be shocked, but I wouldn't be shocked. Competition. Want to make sure that you do get it right. Why not? We saved a lot of cap space with Van Noy. Yes, we did. And I want to correct something because I was incorrect on the show. Calvin Noy did not have $31 million in guaranteed money. He had $31 million in guarantees. And yes, there is a difference between guaranteed with the D at the end and guarantees with the S at the end. So I was wrong in that regard. He was guaranteed with the D at the end $15 million. But he had guarantees if he was on the roster all the way up until the new league year. He was guaranteed that other bit, and if he got an injury, he would be guaranteed the other amount. So we're actually not even getting hit as hard for the dead cap as I thought. So we saved tons of money on Van Noy. We are not spreading out the dead cap that I thought we were. We're eating $4 million this year in dead cap, and we are done with Calvin Noy. No money comes off the books. It is not spread out for the next 3 years. We actually saved massive money on Calvin Noy. Massive money. Greater than I thought. I thought we were eating a larger dead cap number because of the guarantee. But there were guarantees, but he didn't earn those guarantees because he did. They basically, they're going to cut him before he's eligible to earn it. They're still trying to trade him, though. They're still trying to trade him. They're trying to find a trade partner now. So that's what they're trying to do to make this feasible. I appreciate everybody who hit the like button. We have 571 likes. If you just came into this stream, hit that like button. Help us get over 600. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank everybody who's tuning in right now. I'm going to drop the link. I want to talk to some of y'all, see what y'all think. I'm going to drop the link one at a time. We're going to be quick. I'm not going to have people on too long. Don't want to bore you all too much. But I'm going to drop the link. I want to get your thoughts about this move by the Dolphins. What do you think this does? So does this change anything with our draft strategy? Does it change anything with a free agency? It isn't just about what I got to say. A lot of times, some of y'all have some really good ideas or thought processes about this stuff. So I really want to hear from y'all. So I am dropping the link. So go ahead and click on that link. You have an opportunity to come backstage, come and join into the stream. Let's see. Somebody said Rocket TD fins up. Hope Pedro gets up there. We'll see. We'll see. 7th round pick, great move. It wasn't a 7th rounder, Donnie. We swapped 7th rounders, bro. We didn't even have to give up a 7th rounder. We just swapped them, like 4 spaces of a difference. Somebody said, I'm hearing the Texans will let Watson sit out for 2021 season and not trade him at all. You know what? I thought about that too. If they do have him sit out and not trade him, I'm good with that. Go another year with Tua. And if he balls out, we got a good look at it. And if he improves, but, and he's not there yet, but you saw the improvement, you still put the full court press on Watson next offseason. If he doesn't improve and he's just not good, you still put the full court press on Watson next season. This actually will work even more in our favor if he had to sit out an entire year, because Tua, listen, I'm going to tell y'all, people say I'm a hater because I say this, but Tua's going to look better next year by default because he'll have a better O-line, better run game, and better weapons around him. Even if he still struggles, he will look better statistically and just from the eye test. That's any quarterback. So it's not a knock on Tua. He's automatically going to look a little better. But is he still going to translate into that guy who's carrying you? You'll still be able to decipher between that. And I'm all for his stock going up a little bit in them sitting Watson. Because if he doesn't make the leap that we want, but he makes an improvement, his stock goes up. And maybe Houston does want to make a trade including him. I don't know. It's not a big deal. If they don't want to, if they want to play their cards and not move Watson this year, it ain't the end of the world. Actually, it probably would make the whole situation even cheaper for us. But like I said, if Watson really want out, you report to camp and you throw every interception you can. And you tell your teammates, this ain't got nothing to do with y'all. They're holding y'all hostage, not me. Y'all want to compete and earn y'all money. I'm not the guy to do that. You got to take that up with them. Don't take it up with me. Down, said, hut. I'm holding the ball too long. I'm throwing picks. I'm throwing too low, throwing too high. If he really wants out, that's all you do. Give him a week of that. You'll be gone. They'll get the point because they'll have to pay you to play like trash. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to do that. Wise it up, Watson, if you really want out. All right, we got a lot of people backstage, but I'll be remiss if I don't bring the homie in first. What's up, Vic?
What's up, TD? Fins up, people.
Oh, wait.
Rock and roll.
I'm saying I couldn't hear you, but my headset
Is it working?
was off. Let me connect my headset first. My bad, Vic.
All right, buddy.
Man, thought my headset was connected.
You were talking all that time and couldn't hear yourself in your own headset. Crazy.
I ain't ready, Vic. Yeah, see, I'm just terrible. Ain't prepared.
What's up, guys?
Nothing.
Fins up, everybody.
Oh, shame on me. Gosh, what is going on?
What's up, Pete? What's up, Chef Jew?
What's wrong?
Love my Fin fans, guys. Love you guys, all of you in the chat, man. We got some good conversation going on. That's for sure.
Let's see.
Oh, okay. If that happens, Pete, I will get a Watson jersey. If he comes on our team, I will tell you right now, I will be glad to get a Watson jersey. So just calling it where I see it. I'm a Dolphins fan.
Matter of fact, I can't hear you, but let me put you on with someone in the meantime. Y'all run the show while I'm figuring this out.
Hey, Russ, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Vic, how's it going, man?
Good. Russ is like my stand-in on Larry's channel because Russ is on there all the time, and I'm watching from the background, and he's on there all the time. Russ, we appreciate you, buddy.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. I don't have much time. I'm always working during the day, so you guys are online. But, hey, what do you think about this trade we had today?
I think it's highway robbery.
I agree.
I really do because I think Flores gets the most out of his players, and I think that he could end up taking over at the right tackle. Now, do they still pursue other options at this point? Of course, you have to. But
you still go for Sewell?
See, I'm not. I'm on the Watson train, man. I'm on making the move for Watson, and if that's the case, then my moves would genuinely be Curtis Samuel, Corey Linsley, and Watson. And what I would give up for him would be the number 3, the number 36, number 1 next year, and Tua.
So what if Watson goes to the Jets? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm like,
it depends on what they give up for him. That's why I don't like this whole situation about them trying to have us pin each other up against each in this trade with us and New York.
There's just so many variables this year. So many variables.
That and a lot of things that people aren't taking in consideration is this free agency is going to be so different from any other, and it's going to be very saturated with players because there's going to be a lot of players being released because of the cap situation and everything that's been going on. So there's going to be a lot of players who everybody thinks that they're going to cost too much, and they're actually going to be able to come in a little bit cheaper than people are expecting.
I think you guys are right. I think that a lot of those free agency players we think are going to be high money. There's not the money out there this year. There's going to be a lot of people that cannot make the money they think they're going to make.
I mean, Aaron Jones has already been rumored pretty much that he would take less money to come here too. So, and I know that there's been, I mean, that, and we're going to be a big target with this whole situation going on with people having to take less money because we don't have state taxes in
Florida. Yep.
So that changes the whole dynamic as well, because a lot of people really don't put into the fact that carries a lot more weight than that people realize.
Well, that's what the Florida tax. I mean, you're looking at state taxes, what, 15 to 20% of your paycheck? You know,
I'm
that's
not sure. I don't live in Florida, but I just know there's no state tax there.
Oh, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with this trade today, it shows that our guys, our head guys, Greer and Flores, are really looking out for the team and long-term value. They don't want to overspend, but they're willing to spend it where it needs to be. But are they saving for that big trade? Are they building around Tua? I mean, are you for either one? What do you think is going to happen if we do get Deshaun Watson?
I'm for either one. I'm okay if we stick with Tua. I would prefer Watson because I know he's proven. I don't want to go through this whole, waiting. I mean, I feel like this team. Give me 1 second, Vic.
Sure, go ahead. So, what do you guys in the chat? What do you think the deadline is going to be for Watson to make up his mind? Do you think it's going to happen, or do you think he can wait till, like TD said, can he wait till the season starts?
Miami is out of the running for Watson after the draft, in my opinion. I think.
You think that's Greer and Flores' decision?
The reason why I say that they're out of the running for Watson at that point is because honestly, this is where I stand with the whole Watson thing to begin with. I think he either gets stuck in Houston or he comes to Miami. I know that he said he would go play for the Jets and he played for Carolina, but what they would have to give up means that he wouldn't be winning. They're not going to be able to put pieces around him where we will still have that flexibility to do that.
We're already ready. And we have players right now.
Exactly. I mean, we may have to add, a piece or two on offense in terms of like a wide receiver or something like that. But it's going to take a whole lot less to build around Watson than it is going to be to do it for Tua. At least at this point.
You're giving away the next 3 years worth of drafts?
I'm not giving. I have a limit. Like I said, it's pick 3. It is pick 36 or 50, whichever one that they'll go for. First round next year, and Tua, because that number 3 pick, a lot of people don't realize that pick is worth 2 first rounders based on the point system. Yeah. So, and then Tua is easily worth at least the first, at the very least, and then you got a first next year. So how I look at that, that's 4 number 1s. Wow. And then you add in a second. If you look at it that way, and if you add in a second, that is more than enough, because then we still have the 18th. We can take Najee Harris to put back there with Deshaun Watson. Like I said, Corey Linsley, good solid center for him to have, experience, help the offensive line. And then Curtis Samuel, who had like 4.27 yards of separation. He ranks 6th in the NFL in separation, and he's great in the slot, and he would be a perfect skill weapon for honestly, I want Curtis Samuel either way. I would take Curtis Samuel with Tua. I would take Curtis Samuel with Deshaun Watson. I think he should be a free agent pickup for them and be their slot guy.
I think with Watson, we get 2 extra games out of him with the team we have now over Tua. And I think I'm okay with Tua. I think we still get to the playoffs with Tua, but I think we win 2 extra games and we get decisively better with Watson. But again, I have a Tua jersey. I'll get Watson's jersey.
I do too.
I still believe
I'm wearing my Gasecki jersey right now.
There you go. Rock and roll. TD back in the house. What's up, TD?
Man, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Awesome.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Man, listen. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know how it's going to go.
It's exciting. This is very exciting. This offseason is going to be nuts.
It's just a matter of, man, is it going to translate to winning at the end of the day?
It's not going to get any worse than it was last year. I mean, what we just saw today, what we saw from our team leaders, this is not a team going backwards. This is a team going forwards. And how far forwards it is depends on what we're willing to risk for, the better players. And this is the perfect year with COVID and the way that the cap is going to get the best people that we can get right now. We have the accessibility to get who we want. And I think that's where we set ourselves up with this leadership team to do that.
There's a
go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, TD. Oh, okay.
No,
sorry.
you're good.
A couple of things that I think we all need to be prepared for is there is a good possibility, depending on what they decide to do, that DVP could be gone. I think Albert Wilson's going to be gone. I think Jakeem Grant's going to be gone. I don't know if they keep Hearns or not. It depends on the salary cap and how that all pans out. But there's going to be a lot of turnover in that wide receiver room. There's going to be a lot of turnover in that linebacker room as well.
I don't know if I agree with you there. I just think they keep a couple of those you talked about. I think Grant will stay as a punt returner. I think they're going to probably restructure. I think they're probably going to bring DVP, I think, will be back anyway just because of the commitment Flores has to him. But I still think they're bringing one or two pieces to complement the team. I think they're still going to bring somebody else in.
I'm nervous, guys. I'm nervous.
Come on, TD.
No, I'm truly nervous about this season, and just listen. I don't know, guys. We won 10 games last year. That's not a pushover. That is just not like we won 10 games, and I'm nervous that we're gonna come back and win 9. You see what I'm saying? Because the schedule's tougher.
Wow.
The schedule's tougher.
We said that last year, though. We did.
Yeah, but this is tougher.
It didn't work out that way.
Yeah, but as I sit back, it is an accomplishment what we did last year. But whenever I really sit back and evaluate the season, I mean, we also caught some teams in a down moment. We dealt with some pretty bad teams, and our defense carried us, which is a huge plus, and it doesn't get anything but better from there. But at the same token, I guess what I want to ask you all is, if we win 9 games this year, then what?
That's a failure. That's a failure.
I have a question.
9 games is a failure.
Is that with Tua at quarterback?
A part of me wouldn't feel like it's a – see, here's the dilemma. Here's the dilemma I'm in. If Tua improves and we win 9 games as an overall team with greater competition, I don't think it's an overall failure. It's not a success, but it's not a failure.
They would have me highly concerned.
But that's why I'm a little. That's why I'm a little.
Do you show improvement on your offense? You know your defense is there. You know your defense is top 5. Do you show improvement on your offense? If our team leadership can't get better in the offense this year with the amount of capital we have and without trades and I mean we have so much potential to be better. And if that doesn't happen, it's all on leadership. I'm just saying it is. And I don't think our leadership is like that. I don't see what you're saying happening, TD. Not this year.
I don't either, especially if they add that 17th game.
I don't see it happening either if our offense can actually be productive this year.
The O-line is going to be important because of the running game and for Tua. If we stay where we are, we got to have 3-4 seconds for Tua to throw. We can't have 2.5. We can't have 3. We got to have 4 to 5 seconds for Tua to throw. We need the O-line to get better, and we need our running game to get better. And the only way the running game gets better is with the O-line getting better. So that's where the concentration needs to be this year.
So we're going to the playoffs. We're winning 11 games this year at a minimum.
Yeah. We have to.
We better.
There's a doubt. Yeah.
And honestly, we have to win 12 games to guarantee it because 11
that's
wins.
That's crazy compared to the other NFC. It's crazy.
Well, we may be adding another game, so the mark may be 11. I mean, it may be 12.
Yeah, I was just going to say 10 wins didn't get it this past season. I don't think 10 wins will get it next coming season for sure, especially adding that game.
I am not a Watson fan, but Deshaun Watson gets you that. Okay, Deshaun Watson does just on his own. He gets you that point from what we had last year. Okay, I'm going to say it.
We go to the playoffs.
We're in the playoffs.
Tua can get you there if we build the team right for him and make sure he has the time to get it done. That's what I think worries you, TD.
I think we're 2022 is the expectation for it.
Oh, you're going to give away this year?
I'm not giving it away. I don't know what to expect, man.
TD, following your formula, we did 7, 6, 7, and 8s. We got a bunch of them, don't we?
No, I get that, but again,
we did. Oh, wait, you're going away from what you're saying. That's what you tell me.
I'm not going away.
It's also a matter of having those 9s and 10s in the right places.
We got to have a couple 9 and 10s. That's all we need is 2 or 3. Correct?
But Pete, I'm saying Pete. Sorry, Vic.
Come on, man.
Vic, follow me on this. You're calling out what I always say. I always say that, but what do I say your quarterback has to be?
He doesn't have to be exceptional. He just has to be good.
He just has to be above average.
And Tua has been good. Tua has not thrown the ball away or given away a game. You have said this. So you got to trust the process.
See, here's the difference between not throwing. Here's the difference between not giving the ball away and throwing a game. That's beautiful when you're still taking some games.
Right.
But you're not taking any games either like that, you know?
Your quarterback was not winning you games last year as Tua.
So
he had one, maybe 2.
Arizona.
But their defense won games last year, and he kept us in it.
Yeah,
Watson would have beat Denver, and Watson would have beat Kansas City.
Yeah, Watson wins you 2 games easy. Watson wins you 12 games.
Watson would have beat Buffalo in the first game.
Exactly.
Probably the last game.
With Miami, I could see him making them 13-3.
We would have beat Seattle. I mean, literally, like Seattle, we lost by at the end of the game. Fitz threw the pick.
If and again, I heard this from, I think it was from another channel, that if we didn't have Watson, that Watson said, I'm signing with the Texans, I'm keeping with them, I'm not doing anything. And he never came up and talked. So we said, Tua had a good year for a rookie, and Tua is good enough to go on to next year and hopefully get better with what we put around him. Where would we be if we never heard of Watson?
With Tua. But Vic, that is a false narrative. He did not have a good rookie season.
Okay.
Let me put it like this.
I don't agree with that.
In my opinion.
Let me put it like this. I forgot the name of the YouTube channel, but I watch them often.
We watch everybody. You know we all do.
Yeah.
We're Dolphin fans. We watch everybody.
They had Mel Kiper on. They were interviewing Mel Kiper.
That was Tobin? I saw that, yeah.
Tobin?
Yeah, Tobin. That's who it is. Yeah. So because I check those guys out once in a while.
Tobin and Leroy, they're funny.
And Mel Kiper was one of the main Tua this, Tua that, Tua this, Tua that guys. And he just said it straight out, man. And I was actually shocked to hear from him.
Deshaun Watson, yeah.
If I'm from the Miami Dolphins, I go, to be honest with you, I go get my Deshaun Watson. I mean, but he started it out by continuing to talk about this is what Miami needs to do. They need to get the receiver. They need to do this. They need to do this for Tua. He started out talking about everything they need to be for Tua. Then he just went left and said, but if I were the Miami Dolphins, that's all good. Because now you're hoping that these draft picks pan out for Tua. You're hoping that the draft picks turn out because you never know. And this is Mel Kiper saying that you never know with these draft picks. But if I were Miami, I'd just go get Watson and call it a day, and you're fine because he has the ability to, behind a good defense, he can win games with not much around him if it's a good defense. So that's my whole point.
Yeah.
And Watson had exactly. And Watson had good defensive players in Houston, but never had an actual good defense. Miami, right now, he's never had anything like what Miami did this past season. And if anything, hopefully they get better. And that's the plan. So if that's the case, Watson with that kind of defense can take the offense to another level that neither Fitz or Tua could. Obviously.
And I'm gonna say, look, I'm not gonna be surprised. I'm gonna be ready for Watson. I'm gonna be ready for Tua. I'm good for either
one. I'm 50-50. That's
there
where I
go.
stand right.
Thank you.
Exactly, and the reason why I say this is because I think he's either going to stay a Houston Texan because they're not going to trade him,
right,
or he's going to be a Miami Dolphin. I think it's 50% chance that Watson's a Dolphins quarterback. I think it's a 50% chance it's Tua. Either way, I'm
going to be ready for that to happen. When one thing happens, we're all going to be able to center on what we need to do. Right now,
either way, they're up to something big. Either way, Miami is up to something big, and I agree with TD on that.
Our leadership is not going to sit still and just let something happen for nothing. Our leadership's going to take care of this team, and that's what you got to look at. Is that they're going to? If that doesn't happen, then they're going to make sure Tua has everything he needs to be successful.
And I think Lindsley is definitely one of their targets.
Hey, listen, people can get mad at me all they want, but don't sleep on Seattle ending up taking the dead cap hit, $10 million a year, and trading Russell Wilson too.
I think TD, you're probably one of the best ones on it. Is that high money dollar quarterback like Dak, which I know you're going to have a show about Dak. I think that high money dollar quarterback. I mean, and again, when this came out about Wilson and about what we would pay next year, not this year, but next year, the year after, and all that. It threw red flags to me because TD, what you taught me from watching your channel about these high paid quarterbacks. So I understand we got to make sure we base the team around them and change out those younger players and make sure that they're ready. We can't have that high paid quarterback and build a Super Bowl franchise.
You don't want a quarterback to be 15% or less. That's the preference.
Or more.
Yeah, you don't want them over 15%.
You got to pay $40 million a year.
Well, they're about to do it. They're about to pay. They're literally about to pay 23% of the salary cap to Dak Prescott. But we're going to do another show on that.
Team. As you would say, you ruined your team.
And Vic, that's why I like the Watson thing, because he's only going to be about 10 to 16 million on the cap this year, and he's already mentioned. Yeah, but he's mentioned that he would restructure for his new team.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Yeah, because he would. I think his second year he's going to make like 32.
And here's what I'll say about Tua. I think Tua will take a friendly deal for our team because of our trust in him and what he's done for us and what we wanted.
Vic,
I'm just saying that's my faith and belief. Doesn't mean it's true.
Well, we got to see if he's worth a second contract first.
Exactly. We got to figure out this year what's going to happen. So I don't know what's going to happen this year.
But if he is worth the second contract,
then he's worth it. Then he's just if he gets that kind of money, then he's worth the bigger pay.
I like what the kid's doing in the off season. I mean, he's been showing up, working out, doing his stuff. But I'm just not overly impressed either. My eye test is telling me he's not it, but I could be wrong.
People have to be honest with themselves. We're not looking at anything watching him work out. This is expected.
He should. Yeah, he should. Yeah, he needs to.
Let me say this though. This whole thing about the salary cap situation, I'm not worried about it in that regards with if we trade for someone. But
TD, that's been since I've known you, that's been your biggest thing.
No, you're missing it. You're missing it. It's a trade. Come on now. I've been with you since the trade. No, follow me here, Vic. It's a trade. Right. It's the trade we're talking about. A trade means that the original team is still eating the dead cap. We're not going to have the tag that he would have. See, that's the benefit. So let me give you an example, okay? Would you take Deshaun Watson for, let's say, $31 million a year?
No.
You wouldn't take him for 31?
No. I mean, maybe 25. But, I mean, he's that good. I mean, Brady doesn't usually get that.
Quarterbacks like him are not going to come that cheap, especially these.
That's what I'm saying.
Quarterbacks in general,
going from TD's teachings and watching him, I'm not paying my quarterback outrageous money when I can put 3 or 4 good players on my team and still have a great team with an average quarterback.
Vic, you're not following. You keep saying, according to my teacher, you're not following the teaching all the way through.
Okay.
There is a baseline number. More than 15% of the salary cap, right?
Right.
Because I can say 50 million. If it's 2027, that might be 15, so that's fine.
It could be.
It just
depends. You're right.
So when I say 31 million in 2 years, You got to think about it. They're hoping that it gets right back over. It gets over 200 million. That's going to be around
over 200 million to 210.
Yeah,
it's reported it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be 210, but that's pretty much 15%. So what you do with the Watson, 15%. What you do with the Watson, you bring him in and you restructure his deal. If he's 15 and a half this year, go ahead and front load it and pay him 31. And now you just brought down the next 2 years by $8 million each. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you got that. Yep.
You just
with the cap space you save with Kyle Van Noy, there it is.
So
we can do that this year with no problem. I understand completely, but he's going to have to restructure.
So if you're trading from another team, you're getting that benefit of them eating the dead cap and paying that money. But my teaching is you drafted your quarterback. He is in contract negotiations off of his rookie deal. Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott, Josh Allen. There ain't no relief. You just got to straight up cut the check and get above 15%.
Let me ask you this, TD. I've watched you for 2 years about X. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I know how you were from the beginning about X and about his being hurt and then not paying him. X wants more money. He's on contract, just like you're talking about the quarterback. He's on contract. Mm-hmm. But what if he doesn't want to restructure?
That's why
what if the quarterback doesn't want to.
That's why you got to look at his guaranteed money. Okay?
Right. That's where Greer and Flores are very good about the guarantee.
And they front loaded it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, this is the last year where you're hurting from a guaranteed standpoint. After this year, it's fair game. You can even cut him next year if you wanted to, and it wouldn't kill us. But you trade him for some type of value. And the dead cap isn't so outrageous because he's already got a chunk. The problem with X's deal was the guaranteed money to begin with.
Right.
It wasn't the contract. It was the fact that we robbed him on how much guaranteed money we gave him. It was virtually a 2-year deal. That's why I always follow the guaranteed money. That's why Dak Prescott's deal is the richest because they guarantee money. They guarantee 3 out of the 4 years. There is nothing you can do. They guaranteed 3 out of the 4 years. So he's guaranteed. So that's all that matters. Xavier Howard, if we were to trade him, we'd eat dead cap, but spread it out over the remaining 3 years.
Right.
Or if we cut him, we wouldn't be in a good position to do that until next season. And I'm never talking about cutting X. That doesn't make sense.
No, you trade him this year, and then you get some value from him. But I don't think that's going to happen either. And
I'll be honest with you, if we're struggling this year, you trade him later in the season, right before the deadline. If you have leverage with Xavier Howard, but you don't want. The problem is his stock will never be higher than it is now.
Right.
I mean, if he gets another 10 picks, he's still a year older. So the stock still won't be high.
Yeah, this is his last year in Miami, one way or the other, because he's not going to stay after this year, one way or the
other. Don't know, maybe because if we're going to the playoffs, they may not want to move off of that, and they want to keep on in this small window, go after it.
If you reach the playoffs and you reach the good deep playoffs, then they would keep the team intact just to go another round.
Yeah, they possibly could.
Yeah,
because unless they're going to be drafting his replacement early, and that's what I think Noah might even been a possibility of. So, but he has to work out for them to move on.
I just want to say this: I've been watching you for a long time, and I remember driving from Michigan, visiting my kids and grandkids, and driving through the mountains of North Carolina, and listening to you at night just go on about X 2 years ago. And it just brings back memories talking about that stuff. So it's very, very cool just thinking about talking about that. It's very
in the mountains, huh?
No, man, it's been crazy. Been a crazy couple of years for sure.
Let me ask you guys a quick question about the Dolphins. I guess here's why I'm scared. I started saying that I was scared.
Nervous.
It's been 20 years, guys, and 7 to 10 out of those 20 years, we've come so close and never got over the hump. Like, I want you to think about going into that Buffalo game. If we were to be honest, we still had hope. What is it to where we just can't get over the hump? And this isn't about Tua. This isn't about this year, but it's just constant. We can't get over the hump.
I am always about hope. I'm always about this season, and I'm always about making sure that I support my team. I've been here a long time, 50 years plus, and I would guarantee you that there's never one year I didn't think we were going to win. But that's why I think Watson, for me, usually I would stay with Tua because I'm very faithful. TD, I'm faithful to you. I'm faithful to my guys I support. You know that. So when I back Tua, I'm backing Tua because I appreciate what he does and who he is. But I also know that if a good player comes along and he's one that can change his franchise and he can make a difference, 2 games difference, maybe more, I'm okay with that. I'm a team player first. So,
it's about the logo, not the name on the back of the jersey.
It's about exactly. It may be 13, but 13 was part of the team. It's about the long-term value. So everything in here is Miami. It's not players, So I appreciate our leadership right now, and I think that's the difference we have in this 20-year drought you're talking about. You go back to Greer, Philbin, you go to all these people we've had. There's been no leadership. There's been no real backbone to our team that is now there. And these guys are not about the money. They're not, I understand they're going to make their money. Ross is about the money, but these guys they're about winning. And they're going to make the choices, and they're going to cut people, and they're going to bring people on that make a difference. So that's what really makes a difference above the 20 years you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, my take is with us possibly getting Watson, if we can, he can also help Tua. And that goes there, there goes our future with Tua, and there's nothing wrong with him learning from Watson because he can learn a lot from Watson. So we get Watson, he learns from Watson, and then we have our futures secured with the quarterback. But then we got to make the right choices on, offensive line, defense, keeping it young, and like TD said. But yeah, I think that if we can somehow get Watson over here with us and to teach Tua, that's another Favre and Rodgers situation.
I would love to keep Tua. I don't want to trade him off in a trade for Watson, and I've thought about that many times. I don't know if it's possible, but I don't think Tua is going to be worth that number 1, number 2 that people are talking about. I think because of the injury and because of his last season, I don't think there's a value like people think.
That's why we're going to keep him.
What last season? I thought you said he did good.
He did. He looked average. He looked average. Tua, he was a 6 or a 7, TD.
And we need a 10 at that
6 or a 7?
6 or a 7.
He was a 6 or a 7. For a rookie, it's not bad to be a 6 or a 7.
He was TD.
Look at these other quarterbacks.
He was a 5.5, Vic.
Oh, I know. I heard that. I was watching that stream when you said that. Yes, sir. I did watch that.
He was a 5.5.
I'm going to have to get on out of here, but I wanted to share some final thoughts real quick. On the question you were asking, a lot of it over the last 20 years has been ownership. Ross has learned. Ross is learning to be a better owner. He really is. And that's where it starts. It's got to start there. And then from there, it's just been bad management, bad coaching. I think this team's finally got a good foundation in that organization now, in terms of head coach, GM, and Ross being on the right page for once. So with that being said, I think that the mediocrity of this team is coming to a close. And I do believe that we are heading in the right direction. And with that being said, guys, that's pretty much my final words for the night. I got a fishing trip to go to in the morning. I got some grub to bash down, so I got to go catch
them up, man.
We'll do.
Good fish, Russell.
Hey, what you fishing for?
Crappie. I'm in Ohio, man.
Man,
it's gonna be 65. It's gonna be 65 degrees here, so that's good crappie weather here in Ohio.
Perfect weather.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I wish I could hit the ocean up, but I don't have fresh water or salt water.
I need a good crappie spot. I need a good crappie spot here in Central Florida, man.
I've heard Lake Okeechobee is a good place.
I've been there. I mean, they're hit and miss. I've been to Okeechobee a lot. Me and my dad.
Yeah,
sometime.
I got a couple of spots here. They average where I'm going tomorrow. They average between 10 and 14. Usually.
Slabs.
Not too bad. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get off of here. Y'all have a good one. Fins up, guys. It's always a pleasure as always. Thanks, TD.
All right,
Thanks,
man.
Vic.
Appreciate you.
Take it easy, fellas.
Bye, guys.
Man, oh man.
So TD, nervous. TD, why? I mean, you're nervous about what's coming up. That's what you're nervous about.
No,
you're nervous about the selections.
No. Let me be clear though. I don't mind going through this process of building.
It's very exciting.
You know, I don't mind this, but here's the deal. All it takes is one bad decision and you're screwed.
Yep.
Like you got an opportunity to get Watson and that was a bad mistake that you didn't go for.
That's Breeze all over again.
You're in big trouble. let me tell you why. Let me tell you why, Vic, because I personally feel like I'm not talking about the Tuaneers, okay? But the real Dolphin fans, how could you not want this team to go after Watson if you're a real Dolphin
I hear you.
Like,
I'll give you my explanation. I guarantee it.
It has nothing to do with Tua.
Right.
You know? Other than the fact that Watson is just much better, you know, it doesn't mean that Tua won't be in the future, but you have to act off of the now. And I'm just nervous, man, that like people don't believe me, but I'm more hopeful that Tua turns out to be the guy. Because if we're wrong, then oh my gosh, look what we just did to ourselves for the next several years.
So would you rather give an extra pick away and keep Tua as a backup?
No. See, that's what's beautiful. I would like if they had an opportunity to acquire Watson and give away a whole bunch of draft capital and keep Tua. Right. Like I'm for that too.
Yeah.
Like
that's what
because this kid can literally get a full development behind Watson. And then when Watson's up for his next deal, you can make a more intelligent decision. We're going to go ahead. Think about having Tua sit behind Watson, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Watson balls out for 3 years and wins some things, right? But we got Tua just like an Alex Smith Mahomes situation, and you have seen Tua grow so much that now you're going with Tua and you're trading Watson for another 3 first-round picks, but your quarterback has already arrived and he's about to start a lower deal, a smaller deal. Like, I would be all for that, but I can't see us just putting all of our eggs in one basket because I continue to ask people this, Vic. If this doesn't work, how do you find your quarterback now? Because you're about to spend all your draft capital. How do you find your franchise quarterback if it don't work?
If you don't deal for Watson, and you have Tua, and I would say the same thing that DDW says, is that this is Tua's final year. Either he does better and he's a better quarterback, or we're moving on. So you may have, like you said, you may have to wait till 2022. You may wait one more year. But then you got no quarterback. So what do? You better have a great team around somebody you're starting or getting a draft from. So that sets you back another year or two. So that's really, really not a good situation to be in. And I understand what you're coming from. So I would want, again, if the deal for Watson is available and we can make it happen, I'm good with it. I think it's better for us. We just have so much uncertainty with Tua right now.
Let me tell you another thing I'm scared. Let me tell you another thing I'm scared about, Vic. Say Tua, and this is debatable. I say he was a 5.5, whatever you say. Let's just start there for this argument's sake, right?
5.5.
Say next year he's a 6, and we go 7. To the playoffs.
Keep it a 7.
No. Follow me on this because I'm about to go down a few years. Say next year he's a 6, and we win. We make it to the playoffs and lose. Okay? Then the following year, he's a 6.5.
No.
And we go to the second round and lose. What I'm scared of is sometimes you have a player's growing, but now you're stuck with a decision on do you pay him the big money before you Tannehill, right. Remember?
Yeah.
He's growing, but now do you pay him the money or not? And then when you pay him, if you pay him the money and all of a sudden his ceiling was never over a 7 to begin with, it's just the timing is working in our favor and against us at the same time. It
is because of the unknowing part of it is what's really the nervousness of it. Is that not knowing? If we could have a crystal ball, look 2 years in the future, and know right now, our decisions will be easy. But Tua could turn out to be the next big thing for Miami, or it could be a bust. We just don't know.
Yeah, but I think what I personally think is that what you do is if Tua doesn't pan out, if we don't get Watson, it wouldn't hurt us to go get Russell Wilson, in the later years if the price is right. So just so it's somebody that he can learn from, keep Tua, just give him somebody else that he can learn from. And with Russell Wilson, he can learn a lot because he's been to the top, and now he's going through his downhill. And he's even last year he did okay. He didn't do bad or he didn't do good, but
the man won. The man won one game. That's how I feel. Tua, he took control. He took one game, took it.
Yeah.
All right,
Cardinals. And I want to give him credit for the Patriots game because he figured it out in the fourth quarter, which I was impressed with. But if the defense never sustained us, it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
In that Cardinals game, the defense didn't hold their end of the bargain, and he still held it. But that's one game.
Hey, Pinsanity, let me say this: Tua did win the game he needed to win at the time. The defense did their job when they needed to win a game. It takes the whole team. We know that. Yeah. So we need a quarterback that cannot wait. We need a quarterback that can't lose the game.
Exactly.
We need to make sure that we have a quarterback can still score, though. That's the problem Tua has right now. He hasn't showed he can score when he needs to. So we need him to improve that much this year.
That's a big problem, Vic, because
I agree.
Here's the deal. This defense took advantage of a lot of weaker teams.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Against the greater cut. Tell me what offense we shut down. That was the top offense. This defense.
Cardinals.
No. The Cardinals put up. The Cardinals put up what? Almost 30 points.
Yeah.
And that was only one defensive turnover, and that was the first first possession of the game. It was a sack, fumble, touchdown. And if you really think about the Cardinals game, the defense actually scored. So, if that hadn't happened, we wouldn't have won that game either. So,
how about the Rams? The Rams game?
The Rams. What were the Rams?
Let's see. The Rams, 21.
No, I'm saying, were the Rams playing great football or something?
No. Nope. They were not.
So my thing is, our defense did what they needed to do against teams of lesser competition, which that's what you have to do. But here's what frustrates me.
Okay.
Here's what frustrates me. We overlooked the fact that our defense gave our offense, in a lot of cases, 3 extra possessions a game.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can even equate it to 4 with how many 3 and outs they were able to produce. An offense on a normal day, you're getting 9 to 10 possessions? We were getting 12 and 13. And we still, every turnover we got, we didn't even capitalize on unless we got it in their territory. And that was a field goal.
Yeah.
So
which is even crazier.
Why, and this was brought out today on another channel, why was New England so good for the last 15 years? Was it the division they were in?
No, it was because of Tom Brady and his unselfishness.
But when's Miami been respectable? When have the Jets been respectable? When has Buffalo been respectable?
Yeah, that's true.
Would they have made the playoffs without those teams being bad? Good question, huh? So if you can be better than your division, all you got to do is be better in your division and go to playoffs.
Yeah, but even last year, you know, I mean, we say that these teams are back, but are they really?
No, not yet.
You see what I'm saying?
Buffalo showed the most improvement the last 2 years.
But TD was right. He was calling it all season when he had no teams going, you know, putting pressure on Allen. No teams putting pressure on Allen.
Yeah.
Always going to, you know.
But that's
New England wasn't good. Miami wasn't good. Jets weren't good. Yeah. Buffalo's going to go. They're going to the playoffs automatically.
Yeah.
So how do we get the best? How do we be the best in our division? You can't let Watson go to the Jets. You can't. If we have a chance to get Watson, we got to take him because of that.
That's a part of the issue.
Yeah,
that's a part of the issue as well.
Because the Jets will get 100% better with Watson.
Are they willing to trade Sam Darnold then? I thought they were.
Sam Darnold's gone, man.
There's no love lost there.
Oh shit, we're in trouble.
Bro.
I've been at work and wow. And then we just got this offensive line guy from Tennessee.
We have to be better than our division. No matter what, that's our main goal. What do we do to beat the Jets, New England, and Buffalo? That's it. Doesn't matter what the rest of the league does.
Yeah. Yeah, but you got a lot of people though too going to look at that last Buffalo playoff game in Kansas City and see what they pick up what they did, and
it's not. Listen, bro, it's not rocket science though.
Yeah.
Remember, put it like this: remember the last game of the season that Buffalo destroyed us.
Yeah.
Are we forgetting what happened in the first quarter?
No.
We did exactly.
Byron Jones interception. Yeah.
We did exactly what they did to Buffalo. We man-to-man, bump and run, and send pressure. Mm-hmm. And we made them look like trash for a whole quarter. And for some strange reason, we just got out of it.
Yeah, they adjusted. We didn't adjust anything.
For some reason, we start going into this hybrid zone. Like the first quarter, we dominated Buffalo. Josh Allen looked like trash. The man had 2 completions.
Byron Jones had that good interception.
He was like 2 for 9 and an interception and a fumble or something. We were dominating them one whole quarter, and all of a sudden, I'll never forget me on my live stream saying, I know we're excited about that most recent turnover, but here's the concern now. Our defense just came out there and basically had a 3-and-out 3 times in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't ask them to do that forever.
Nope. The offense
if our offense can't capitalize off of any of these, it's about to be a long day.
Yeah.
Well, and sure enough, our offense stalled. We punted the ball and they got it on the 50-yard line, 48-yard line, and they went down and they scored their first one. Yeah. And it was an onslaught from there on. The offense can affect the defense negatively. People say
100%.
The offense didn't give up 50-something points. Are you kidding me?
No.
Like nobody cares about the later on 25 points Buffalo guy. It was when you were in the trenches and our offense couldn't capitalize off of us dominating them.
That's the key right there. Is we got to have an equal playing balance. We got to make sure the offense is ready.
Exactly.
And again, whether Tua breaks out and has a great year, becomes an 8 or 9, or whether we get Watson, we've got to have the offense that can score. We've got to have that. Our defense proved that they can play and keep the team from scoring, but we've got to be able to score points against those bigger teams. It's an offense-led league. I mean, it really is. So we got to be able to do that.
And with our defense giving us extra possessions, we should be able to capitalize on that. But yeah, I'm just so. I mean, I think with us getting this Tennessee Titan Wilson, the offensive line, and there's no way for us not to go 11 wins. So that's
look at 12 this year. We got to have 12.
Yeah.
I'm with you, TD. If you can't get 12, then you're no use playing. You're not going to make the playoffs. So we got to, 1, win our division. 2, we got to win 12 games. So how do you do that? What do you make the formula? What do you have to get to do that? Do you stick with Tua? Do you have, you got to have people. You got to have people that can receive the ball. We didn't have that last year, really. We didn't have good receivers. We had adequate, mediocre receivers. We need someone who can break somebody loose. We need to have the running back. We need an offensive line that can change in big openings for running back, and someone that can protect the quarterback for 3, 4 seconds, 5 seconds. We have that. Brady can sit in the pocket all day long and throw a football. He can be an average quarterback, be a 5 or 6, and make the biggest pass play in the world if you have time, because somebody's going to break loose.
We got bigger issues, Vic, and it starts with our quarterback, man.
I'm not 100% with you, brother, on that one. I'm not 100% with you. I'm going to say it. I think if we have a good team, a great team around a mediocre quarterback, you don't want him mediocre for long, but you want to have a great team around him.
You know how I do, Vic.
I know you do. Go ahead, throw it. Show me.
See,
this is pocket.
But count the pocket. How much time do you give a quarterback to throw compared to other teams?
Don't worry, Vic. We're gonna do it all. You know me. And
the reads that Tua missed down the center was really bad. I would agree to that 100%. He was throwing too quick and too fast and not learning from what he was doing during the year. He would throw to the first dump off and not look what he could have had in the long term. He had some long throws that he could have made, would have made a difference in the game, and it could have been better. But he was young and he did not have that experience. He was afraid for his life.
That's why I'm hoping we get Watson and he can learn from Watson. That's to be the best bet. That would be the best. Look, oh my gosh, this is
Jakeem Grant burning his man, and the ball is way over here right now. Like literally, this is you see the ball right on.
Some good in there too, TD. Don't throw all the bad. This is the ball. Throw some good in there.
No. I'm showing you all the deep balls because I'm actually showing you somebody went in and saw that he was 30% on all deep balls. Okay, 32%.
Deep balls are hard when you don't have time to throw from the pocket.
He has time right there.
Listen, deep balls take time. You know that.
But that's the issue. See. Watch this
pocket offensive break. Line. That's not Tua.
No, Vic. This is the problem.
No. Yeah.
No, hear me on this. If the offensive line breaks down, and you get out like this, watch Tua get out of it. He's out. He's making
panicked.
a throw.
Look at that throw off the foot. Look at his feet.
That Watson
He's
makes.
not planted.
That
Watson makes this. Watson makes this.
Watson,
I'm fine with that. I agree with you. Watson would make this, but he's been playing longer and he has better skill level and didn't come off an injury.
Don't worry. We're gonna keep going, Vic. We're gonna keep going, man.
Just call spades a spade and call hearts hearts.
We are.
That's what we're doing.
We are. Now, this is what he did in Alabama, and I kept telling people, but they didn't want to listen to me. And what I want you to do, I want you to look at his head, and I want to look at Preston Williams where he went. You see, Preston, this guy's already giving cushion and about to play the deep route.
It's way too far off, yeah.
What I want you to do is watch Tua look right the whole time to pull safeties over, and he gives no time. He doesn't even care if Preston is open or not. He just throws the ball. See, and this is the stuff that I was – huh?
Was it a dump off?
No, not at all. Keep right. Now he's looking left, and he's already loading. And Preston's not open. He's just letting it go.
Yeah, that was 2 seconds.
We're going to stop right here. He already know where he want to go with the ball. This is 1.5 seconds. It's not even 2. He already knows where he wants to go with the ball, which is here. And
he has a good pocket.
Good pocket. He got a lot underneath, but this is the guy you really want to hit. Because this is the route right under here, and you're going to see how that clears out. But it doesn't matter because he never looks that way. But when they say, oh, he only had 2 seconds to throw the ball, and I said, that's crap. He throws the ball in 2 seconds.
Right. That's an experience.
Oh, look. You see the corner with great position, inside position and everything. Now, I want to go back a bit a second. You see that route I told you about coming underneath?
Yep. And even the safety's turned away and going that way.
You see the route I'm talking about coming underneath? This is the stuff because he already knows where he wants to go with the ball. Now I love this. This is what I love. He did a lot of this year. This is why I have hope. A guy came down on the right end and he escaped it. Look at this. Now this is a breakdown, but watch how open he is afterwards. This is free. This is free field, and that should have been It should have been a completion on the 1 yard.
Yeah, it should have been.
You throw that to that pylon. You throw that to that right pylon a little bit. You got a touchdown.
No, not the pylon.
I think with a better O-line and more time for him to grow, I think he's going to be about 10, 15, 20% better.
But here's the thing.
But if you
go ahead.
If you gave me a choice between a quarterback now that can play or Tua, I would take a quarterback that can play now any day. So I agree 100%. But I think Tua can still grow and be a better person, a better quarterback.
But we always say with the better O-line, at the end of the day, this is the circumstances given to you sometimes in this league. You already made half of the play by escaping that bad O-line situation just now. But we're not finishing on it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
You can scramble. If you scramble and you don't make a play out of it.
Mahomes is in more danger every week than Tua.
But on that play, are not the same person. They are not the same. They are not the same and not the same.
But
hold on. That's why they're not the same. Because Mahomes is.
I'm not saying because Tua just came off an injury and should have been playing yet.
No.
Dude, did he work out his body or his hip during the injury? This year, was he still?
Pete.
Okay.
I'll keep saying Pete. Vic, I don't care about the injury. At the end of the day, you just escaped the pocket with that hip.
Right. He's
running. At the end of the day, we need the throw to be made, a bad hip or not.
Okay.
At the end of the day,
does it take your arm? Does it take your arm to throw a pass or the whole body?
It takes the whole body.
I'm just making one point that if that hip was healed, I agree, the hip is healed. But did you work out football after the hip was healed?
Yeah, but Vic, see, we're giving a qualifier when next year, if he don't make this pass, what are we going to say?
This next year is whole different.
But at the same token, this could just be an issue. We keep on.
Could be.
We keep on saying, well, the hip. Exactly. Sometimes you have to also evaluate as if the hip isn't an issue because they say it was healed.
But
I understand there wasn't a camp.
Yeah.
No, Vic. No, Vic. It wasn't an issue. If he said it wasn't an issue, you can't say that.
You don't know that, and I don't know that. You can't say.
Tua said it. Flores said it, and the doctor
said it. But Tua would say that as a football player, wouldn't he?
It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you got to make the play, though, Vic.
You do. I agree.
You have to make the play.
I don't think he was ready yet. I really don't.
Then why isn't Fitz on the field? You see what I'm saying? Because they said that he was.
Yep, I agree.
That's all I'm saying in that regard.
Yeah, Fitz didn't do. Fitz did pretty good though, and he didn't deserve to be benched.
What do we have?
Just the O-line, and then he had opening. But anytime you put that stress on a quarterback, especially a rookie, he is not making the right decisions. And I will tell you that he didn't.
Well, Justin Herbert's been doing it, though. Justin Herbert's been doing it with the crappy offensive line.
I don't know what his team is like and our team are two different things.
No, but he's getting rushed, too. I know because my family's a Chargers fans, and I have watched a lot of Chargers games. And the Chargers they don't have a good offensive line at all, at all. And
let me show you another piece that I noticed, Vic.
Go ahead.
Again, he already knows where he wants to go with the ball. Okay.
He is. He's judging early.
Exactly. Yeah. You see this guy? Is that not winning? Yeah. Is this guy not winning?
Yeah. Once he breaks in the middle, he's wide open.
Yep. He's got to step on his man.
No. He's not even breaking. This is a go. This guy's gone, but he already got his guy beat. But here's my concern about it. Here's my concern. You looked at him the entire play. That was your guy. But you switched back at the very end. Let me go back
double coverage, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good throw.
Yeah, because he didn't know what was on the other side. But Tua does this thing where he looks one way and he's never going there anyway.
Right.
He's just looking that way to pull a safety, and he wants to go the other side.
TD, I agree. Tua is very inexperienced. He does not have the skill level we need right now to be an 8 as a quarterback. He's not.
Yeah.
So we agree on that point.
See, the whole time he's looking left. Now the rush does come, and he just floats right. I mean, something about obviously he's a lefty, so he's favoring his left. Another one, he knows. I'm telling you, this is what I picked up from this as a positive. I love how he actually moves against the pressure.
Yeah.
He's got
good physical presence in the pocket.
And that's why I will stress that getting Watson would be beneficial.
See, these are the ones that frustrate me the most, though, because he got an opportunity to get a good plan. You see how he planted his body? Mm-hmm. He stepped up in the pocket. Watch how he step up and he plants before he throws. Plants. Bam.
Well, like you can't ask for any. Be all day on that one.
But Grant is burning his man. Do you see Grant? But now Grant has to slow down and come back and intercept it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, Tua does not, and I agree, Tua does not have a big arm. He's not that big arm thrower. He never has been known for that. So he doesn't have the strength.
Well, now
I'm going to bring this back. Is that part of that hip and still being conditioned and still getting his football body?
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to be better at throwing this year than he was last year?
That's the question. Because all I'm doing, I'm looking at the things that he needs to improve on. We got a guy underneath here, never looked at, right? This is a little muddy. I get it. You like this matchup if he throws it on the inside, right?
Yeah.
You like this matchup down here if he throws it on the inside where only Preston can get the ball. Mm-hmm. It's about that placement.
And
just slightly over. Not a bad option. That now I like the actual decision on that. But again, I would like for him to survey the whole field because you had another guy on the other side. That's the thing. So when people tell me, when I start talking about that one read stuff, he already knows where he's going in so many situations. Yes.
Yeah.
So already knows. Look at this. Here's another one.
Go through your progressions. He needs to go through his progressions.
Yeah, you literally in the zone. You got her underneath. Guy may get tackled or trying to pick up the first, but we're going into double coverage in the end zone.
Yeah. Should have been picked off.
These are all the deep. These are all the deep balls.
A lot last year on pickoffs. He should have had a lot more interceptions than we see.
Yeah.
Look at this. Listen, you don't ask for better than that. Teardrop, and that's tight coverage. But a perfect pass, this is what you want because he got the inside and the step. Like, I don't know. Like,
there's going to be no excuses for him this year.
These are the deep balls.
Yeah, this year coming up is going to be different. So hopefully it's going to be different.
Overthrew.
Yep.
Safety.
Guys, I'm going to say this is that because I'm going to take off here and spend some time with the wife here. I'm going to say I want the best quarterback that we can get. If it's Watson, I'll take him. If Tua can get better and we have to go with Tua because Watson's not available, I'm going to go with the best quarterback. I think our leadership is going to give us the best people. I think they know what they're doing. Am I nervous? No, I'm not because, again, I've been doing this for, 50 years as a Dolphin fan. So I will say that I've been through the worst and the best, and I am looking forward to this year and hope that TD, I hope they make their decision soon so you don't have to be nervous anymore. So that's what I'm hoping for you, brother.
Man, I hope so too, man. I appreciate you coming through, Vic, man. We just got to be better in so many different areas.
Oh, we do. We do.
Oh, yeah.
I love you
appreciate
guys. TD, keep it going, buddy.
Take it easy.
All right, appreciate you, man.
See you guys.
See ya. So I think with Watson, that us getting Watson would be to help Tua, and that would be great. Because I said,
it's just
all this uncertainty is getting into me too, man.
Well, that's going to be up to Houston if that happens, man. If Houston lets it happen, they let it happen. I'm all for it. I'm not even, and I would love to have both of them. I know that it's not ideal for a lot of people, but I would actually rock with both of them. My thing is, man, I am nervous for the simple fact that I just want to make sure that we see good play from our quarterback, especially if we had an opportunity to grab another guy and we didn't go for it. So I think if they do go on to it, they're putting their eggs in one basket. But I think that they're literally making a strong push for Deshaun Watson, and it very well may happen. And man, EM, man, I see you slap your head. Don't get mad, man. The film, you just saw it yourself. It don't lie, man. It don't lie. But no, man, it's 10:18. I'm actually about to get out of here. We went over 2 hours on the show. I appreciate you coming through, man. I'll see you soon, bro.
Thanks.
All right, thank you everybody who tuned in tonight, man. I think we were up to like 700 people at one point. We got over 708 likes on this video. Ball Game said, "You ain't keeping them both. Just embrace Tua, and all will be well." Listen, you already know me, Ball Game. I ain't embracing nobody that ain't proven. I ain't embracing nobody that ain't proven. I ain't embracing no egg monogamy until he prove it. Now I have hope for him. And I'm gonna be optimistic that they'll be just fine, but embrace. Come on, man. Did we embrace Pat White? Let's keep it 1,000 now. Did we embrace Pat White? Did we embrace Pat White? See, some of y'all it's only for your guy. I ain't talking about you, Ball Game, but just some people, it's only for their guy. You need to embrace him because it's your guy. Did you embrace Pat White? You know, after Pat White played one game and got knocked out on the sideline, were you like, he's going to be fine. Y'all chill, man. He's our quarterback. Y'all chill. I'm just curious. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Acknowledge me if I'm right. Were we still talk about, yo, you a hater, you hating on Pat White? Were we telling people that? No, you joined the crowd. You joined the crowd. Okay? You were just as critical of Pat White. You did with Hill. He did nothing for the team. LOL. Tannehill ain't never had a team like this around him. So be fair. Tannehill never had a defense like this. Be fair. Ever had a defense like this, giving him 3 extra possessions a game on average. Never. Tannehill had 3 extra possessions per game, he might still be in Miami. Facts. Anyway, but we shall see, man. I love what we're doing. Like I said before on the O-line, we brought this kid in via a swap trade, honestly. So we shall see, all right? 7 years, TD, 7. Yeah, I know, 7. You want to go through that with 2 or 2? I'm just curious. And then 1 year in Tennessee. No, let me correct that. A half a year in Tennessee and you go to the AFC Championship game. Then the next year you win the division and go to the playoffs. 2 for 2 in Tennessee, playoff appearances. Come on. Who was the problem? Anybody who's still holding on to thinking that Tannehill was the issue in Miami, now you're actually a Tannehill hater. At this point, if you are really feeling like Tannehill was the issue in Miami, then you are actually a Tannehill hater. That's just a fact. That's a fact. We've been watching 2 decades of mediocre quarterback play. Just think about that before saying no to Watson. Adam, it's insanity. Just over and over hoping for a different result. Pat White. No, well, let's hope for a different result. John Beck. just Jay Cutler. Matt Moore. Oh my gosh, man. Just over and over, just hoping for a different result. Tua Tagovailoa. We right back in the hope phase. Right back in the hope phase. We 1 year in. Marcus Vick, right? Yeah. We right back in the hope phase. It is what it is, man. Cleo Lemon, exactly. Cleo Lemon. Come on, man. People got to stop their delusional stuff. Tua stats were inflated at Alabama. Let's go draft Mac Jones. Just like Mel Kiper said today, he was like, hey, honestly, you don't know. They were like, well, with Jones doing what he's doing, does that say something about Tua? The man himself said, well, hey, you got to consider that. That does increase his bus meter. Because when you got all that stuff around you in college, it makes you look great. Mac Jones did more than what Tua did at Alabama. People say, oh, he did just what Tua did at Alabama. That would already be bad enough, but he actually did more. Statistically, across the board, he was better. He was better statistically across the board. I gave y'all the stats the other day. Jones was statistically better. It's the Alabama and everybody. Oh, they were a run team. They changed the offense to pass because Tua was that special. Mac Jones beat him in every statistical category. Every single statistical category, he beat him. Accuracy, completion percentage, yards, touchdowns, and interception ratio. Every single statistical category. Facts. And people will be like, oh, well, that doesn't mean he's better than Tua. It don't, you know my stance. Mac Jones come in this league and be a bum. I don't know. That's why you got to prove it first. But he could also come in this league and be Brady-esque. I don't know. That's why you got to prove it first. But what I do know is I don't put that much stock in these quarterbacks who have everything around them to their disposal, and I'm just supposed to automatically give them GOAT status and ain't even play a down in the NFL? No, I don't do that. And then when they do play a down in the NFL, it's that hip still bother him. He got to fully have a camp and training and all this and that. Watson got hurt, came back, balled out. But it wasn't the hip, though. All right. Ball game said these are kids. They need time. Grown men, ball game. How long do they get the kid? How long do they get that kid tag? I'm just curious. Grown men. They were grown men in college. They were grown men in college. Straight up. Deshaun Watson was a kid his rookie year too, huh? You still hating on our quarterback? If that's how you take it, yes. If that's how you take it. It's just too much energy proving to you that I'm not, but it is what it is. Like, why is it so hard to you either playing good or you playing like trash? It's that simple. I'm sorry, y'all. It's literally that simple to me. You either playing good or you playing like trash. So we'll see. If we don't make a trade in this year, he plays, this is it. Show us. Show us, man. We need it. Gunmer said, I'm hating all day on Tua. He sucked last year. Prove it, man. We need proof. We need proof this year. We need proof. Because what I don't want to hear is this year, if he struggles, well, it's technically his first year. This is really his rookie season. Oh my gosh, man. Come on, man. He got to prove it. Tua Tagovailoa is on the clock. Prove it. Prove it, because I'm mad. Prove it. I need you to play great. Because if you ain't playing great, you ain't worth nothing to the organization to me. You'll sit here and pacify somebody and we keep losing and not making the playoffs. Play better. Play good football. Ball out next year. Get it done. Show us that it was your hip removed and now you had a full count. Prove that crap, man. Prove it. So we can all feel better and get on with our life and know that we got our franchise quarterback. That's all. That's the only goal. Everybody want to know that we got our franchise quarterback. Nobody knows it yet. And the problem is we want to know. Now, some of y'all think y'all know, but none of us know yet. None of us know if he's our franchise quarterback. And that's where the problem lies, because we want to know. So it ain't hate. It's simply me wanting to know. So I can stop penciling in his position and write it in permanent marker so we can be talking about everything else around him. And knowing that he's that guy. I don't make no excuses and pacify somebody his whole career. No. You play like trash, you play like trash. You play like a all-pro next year, we praising you because you play like an all-pro. It ain't hard. I hope he do play like an all-pro, so half of y'all can be like, told you, TD. Yeah, you did. You're going to see me just as excited as I can be. And it ain't nothing you can do about it. No, TD, keep that same energy. Make me. Tua's our guy. It ain't nothing you're going to be able to do about it. That's why I'm telling you, it ain't no freaking hate. It's accountability. It's accountability and expectations. We have every right to have expectations of of the people that we cheer for. Let's go. Get it together, play great football, make good decisions, read defenses. Don't hesitate to throw the ball when you see it there. And lead this team. It's not rocket science. That's all we need. Easier said than done, because I don't play quarterback in the NFL. I'd be trash out there. I wouldn't care as long as I get that check. As long as I get that check, I wouldn't care. But still, I know it's easier said than done. Who am I to sit behind a mic and criticize all day? I'm just little old me. But I know I'm a fan that's tired of losing. I'm a fan that's tired of losing. Sick of it. If we don't trade for Watson, who would you take at 3? Penei Sewell? I would possibly trade back and take the top tight end or linebacker. Well, I'd say this. It just depends on how much they're sold on Wilson, who we traded for today. If they feel real good about that, I wouldn't take Penei Sewell. I'll make the investment at the right tackle in the future. I would trade out of number 3 and try to still be in the top 10. And yeah, I would go probably grab my wide receiver. I might even take the tight end. Or, shock the world and stay on the line. Maybe, I don't know. But I'll trade back and get another asset for it. Shout out to the homie Vic, as always, showing love. Said, TD, much love to you and your family. Appreciate the time on today and keep expecting good things from you, my friend. Fins up. Love you, Vic, as always, man. You already know what time it is. So yeah, I would trade out of there and possibly get linebacker, tight end. But I would say if we trade out of 3 and we're still in the top 10, you got to grab one of them receivers. You got to grab one of those receivers. But I'm gonna be honest. I know it may not be popular, but I wouldn't be opposed to taking Pitts at 9 if he's there. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I mean, Gesicki is like a receiver anyway. I mean, Pitts double trouble. Parker, Preston, Pitts, Gesicki. Come on. Parker, Preston, Pitts, Gesicki. Y'all don't like that? I know you still want that one more guy, that speed guy or on the outside or whatever you want, but you don't like that? Parker, Preston, Pitts, Gesicki. What you think about it? You live streaming tomorrow, TD, or only when something happened? I should be live streaming tomorrow because I want to do my video on the quarterbacks. The quarterback revolution has arrived. Put it like that. I want to do that stream. But I've been trying to focus on a few things behind the scenes the last few days, trying to make this a better experience. So it's some things that'll be coming in the works and stuff. It's a lot of stuff I'm trying to work on behind the scenes, improving my sound, video functions and all type of stuff. So got some stuff coming in the mail and stuff that I'm waiting on. And then my last thing I want to get is this new mic that I saw. It's pretty nice, man. It's top of the line. So I'm trying to invest in that. So that's my next thing. So I've been working on some hardware stuff behind the scenes, trying to figure out things, learn things so that I can take the channel to a whole nother level. And because every year it's about evolving. And every year I've had some form of evolving on this channel. And now it's time to do things that's going to be on a whole new level. So I'm preparing for that for the new season. You know, can't just stay stagnant, coming on, doing the same thing over and over. Got to give people a nicer, better, cleaner, crisper experience. And I'm going to do everything I can to have it ready by the time the season starts. And again, I appreciate everybody who hit that like button. 757 likes. Wow. That is massive, man. That is massive. The last video we did, I think we had almost 10,000 views. You know, this is the off season. Usually get, you know, right now it'll be 3,000, 4,000 views on videos. We had 10,000 views on the last video, and almost 1,000 likes. So it's just I appreciate y'all supporting. All right. So thank y'all, everybody who hits the like button. Thank you, everybody who donates to the channel, just like Vic. You know, that $20, even though YouTube only gonna give me like 12 of it. That's why if y'all want, do PayPal and Cash App, because they don't take money like YouTube does. So but got to get this new mic, man. It's like $400, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab that soon. But I appreciate everybody who helps the channel out. EM said that's because I was on there. You might be right, EM. You might be right. The reason why I was 10,000 views and all them likes is probably because you were on here, man. You know, it's something about people hearing me destroy you and hearing your bad takes that just, I don't know. It's like electric to the channel, man. It's electric, man. So yeah, maybe you need to come on more often so people can laugh a little more at you, man. Come through, man. Don't be shy. You know, I know you be scared of this heat. I know you be scared of this heat. You know, I give it to you every time, but it's all good. It's the first thing I hit, TD. I appreciate you, Manny, as always. Who would you take, Smith, Waddle, or Chase? Listen. See, gosh, I ain't gonna lie. It's tough to me because for different reasons. It's tough for me for different reasons. Smith, Waddle, or Chase? I always, and I already know who I would take, but I always be like, one of them only technically had one good year out of his whole career, but it was a monster year. The other consistent the entire time. Honestly, I need to stop picking. But what I will tell you is my least favorite, and y'all might beat me up for this, is Smith. He's my least favorite. I rather the consistency throughout their entire college career. I ain't gonna lie, I might actually prefer Chase, but it is tough for me because Waddle, and that's what. Listen, we also got to stop having this conversation about the three receivers. We need to put Pitts in the conversation because you might look up if we trade back and we could legitimately draft Pitts. We could. We really could. We really could. No. The Smith thing isn't even because of weight. Because if you really think about it, did he perform every single year he played? Like just balled out every year he played? Be honest. Be honest. Yeah, be honest. So that's my take. I ain't gonna lie, I would take Pitts over Smith. I would take Pitts over Smith. So I don't know. That's why I don't like to get into it because even though it was only 1 year that he really balled out, that's still an impressive year and that's still a body of work. So you could be missing out on the best one, but I don't see him as the best one. You just don't know. You don't know with these young guys, man. Pitts over Smith. I mean, I would. You might beat me up for it. I mean, y'all might beat me up for Pitts over Smith, but I would. I know it may not be a popular opinion. Well, I would. I really would. Anyway, man, I'm about to get up out of here, man. I'm about to go get into my word and do a devotion real quick. Go connect with my Father up in heaven. So I'll see y'all soon. I see y'all in the comment section. Thank y'all. Hit that like button. Appreciate y'all. I will see y'all soon. This is TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. All right, ball game. People consistently chasing names over needs. We need a true slot wide receiver. You already have two bigs. Now, I get it. I'm not opposed to that. That's why I would go any one of them, but I do have a preference. So I'm with it, you know. All right, but I finna get out of here. TD, take it. Have a good night. I'm about to, man. It's 10:41 where I am. Hopefully y'all have a great night, but good pickup by Greer. Good pickup by the Miami Dolphins. I like this move, picking this kid up. Hopefully he works out and becomes that dude, and it's going to save us a lot of headache, money, draft capital, everything. All right. See y'all soon. Hit that like button on your way out. Share the video. Let your friends and family members know about TDPHINSTALK. Don't forget about excuse me. I almost forgot. I want to make sure y'all know you could also find the content. Don't forget about Miami Sports Music, ladies and gentlemen. It is always there. All right. Go over to Miami. You can find the content. Let's see. Why isn't it coming up for me? Y'all bear with me. I'll figure it out. Something wrong with my background thing. But anyway, man, y'all check me out at Miami Sports Music. Make sure you check out Believe Podcast Network as well. I'll be dropping a new podcast. Vic said, TD, check PayPal, did a test. I don't want YouTube keeping our money, sir. All right. I can't now because my phone is dead. So I'll put it on the charger and I'll check the PayPal. But yeah, if you want to donate to the channel, best thing to do is PayPal or Cash App. Like Vic gave $20. YouTube is going to keep 8 of it. They're going to send me $12 next month. But on PayPal, $20. I think I keep like 19 and some change. So just I rather your money go to better use. That's all I'm saying in that regards for when y'all be donating. And I'll keep my phone on me going forward live. So when you donate, I can read your comment from PayPal or those things. So but I appreciate y'all and everybody who did donate, because I'm about to order this new mic. It's about $400. It's insane. It's like top of the line. But it's going to help with the sound, and we're going to have a lot more things coming your way. I guess I'm just babbling now because it's late. But I'll see y'all soon. Peace. It's TD. I am out, man. And I'm working on a new song too. It's already done. I just got to record it. You know, I got a new song. Got a new song that I'm going to release. I think y'all going to like it. You should like it. I mean, the lyrics are pretty tight, so hopefully I can get it to flow good on the instrumental. But I'll be releasing that coming up soon. I want to do it before free agency because I talk about free agency in it, so it's only right. I just got to record it. Hopefully I can record it sometime this week. All right. So see y'all soon. Love y'all. Appreciate your love and support. It's TD FANSTALK. I'm out, y'all. Peace. Let's hear it. Fire. Well, I ain't recorded yet, man. I haven't recorded yet. Give you some of the lyrics, though, man. Miami Dolphins, ignore the haters. They just talking. They in Mar-a-Lago golfing while I'm working on their coffin. Got them crying to their mama. I'm going to bury all the drama. I'm going to pull up with that trauma, then take off Yokohama. Go lay low in the Bahamas. High not like I'm Osama. Paranoid about Obama unless Trump give me a pardon. An endorsement is a bargain when you don't want to meet the warden. Weezy said real G's moving silence like lasagna. Yeah, we back. We on the map. Ogbar and Shaq, they getting sacks, and that's no cap. Shout out to Cap. We got your back. Don't give them slack. Don't let them make you snap because it's a trap, and we got to stay intact. We on a mission to destroy the competition, take away all their ambition, send them straight to the mortician. You can call it abolition. Dr. Jason said it's kicking like podiatrist physicians with the new 5-year commission. I can't remember the rest. But I'll put it on. Y'all already know. Bars. But I'll put it on instrumental and get it cracking, man. We'll see. Hopefully y'all like it. See y'all soon. Love y'all. Peace. I'm out. Put me on a remix, TD. Oh, man.